got smoke. 5. We've got ignition. 4. We've got smoke. I don't know how it goes. It's on NASA. 3, 2, 1. We've got RIP takeoff. We've got RIP takeoff. Welcome to another edition in the life with Kaseem. Honored to have this brother in the building today. He'll be jumping on in about 25, 30 minutes. Do stand by for that. We're going to talk the alkaline life, and we're going to ask the question: Black health, is it important to us? And we're going to ask the question: should we use conventional medicine or lean more towards this, or combine them both? Big ups to production. Please like, share, subscribe, everybody. Please like, share, and subscribe. Chi-Town, you can cue the show when you're ready. The Self Luv Show. There we go. Looks like it's only partial screen.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Please like, share, subscribe. The show will start in 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Let's get it.
We are, as they say, tangled in our anchor chain. Our financial systems are decades old. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
You can track it.
Some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
In entering upon this course of instruction, each of you should, so far as possible, lay aside for the time being all previous theories and beliefs. By so doing, you will be saved the trouble of trying all the way through the show to put, quote, new wine into old wineskins, end quote. Luke chapter 5, verse 37. If there's anything as we proceed which you don't understand or agree with, just let it lie passively in your mind until you have enjoyed the entire show. For many statements that would at first arouse antagonism and discussion will be cleared and easily accepted a little farther on. After the show is over, if you wish to return to your old beliefs and ways of living, you are at perfect liberty to do so. But for the time being, be willing to become as a little child. For said the Master in spiritual things, quote, except ye become as little children, ye shall in no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven, end quote. Matthew chapter 18, verse 3. If at times there seems to be repetition, please remember, the Self Luv Show is a lesson, not a lecture.
And even in this instance, if I could be of service to a 9-year-old girl or a 19-year-old woman or girl who wants to be a woman, is to really remember that self-love is the best way that you can receive love from anybody else, because it's coming from you. A lot of times we forget that. We look externally for this love. We look externally for this feeling of validation and adoration and approval, and it has to come from within.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Truth. It'll set you free. We've been lied to, y'all. Get your head in that rabbit hole. Get your head out your bum and put it in that rabbit hole. Let's get it. Let's get it.
What we represent.
Welcome, 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 y'all. Self Love, Vision. It's another edition of the Self Love Show. I've lost count. All praise be to the Most High. We can only be found on This Ain't That Network, TATN. This is one of the hosts, 9 Millie, also known as 9 Mills. All praise to the ancestors, the Most High, and also my beloved Mama Sky. Rest in peace, Mama Do. This evening, we're going to explore how natural healing practices can benefit the African American community. Today, we sit down with a proven naturopathic advisor and silverback, Kaseem. They say naturopathy is a system of medicine used based on the principle of the healing power of nature. Naturopathy has a long and rich history in the Black community, but it also faces many challenges, such as misinformation, lack of access, awareness, and affordability. We hope that this evening's show will inspire you to learn more about this whole path to healing and how it can help our communities achieve optimal health and wellness. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another entertaining episode of the Self Love Show. These are lessons, not lectures. We live and live in color. Today is October 10, that's 10/10/2023, at approximately 6:18 at the Shy. And as always, you cats can be anywhere in this magnanimous universe, but thankfully, we all chose to be here together. Here together. What down, brother Wordsmith? Shot down, shot down, shot down. Bear down.
Down.
Yeah, what you manifesting, good brother?
Love, you know me. I'm manifesting love, man. What you manifesting?
Same. Love just the same, brother. But some call it tough, harsh, you know. But it's love just the same, good fella.
Yes, sir. No doubt.
Hey, so what's been going on in your neck of the Shy since we last connoitered?
Well, the show's on the road. Had to move the show to the lab. My internet is down. And yeah. I went to the Nas and Wu-Tang concert. Big up to my ships, JB and J Money. Kicked it hard. Had a great time.
Was your boy there from the Wu? He's got the pie craft.
Nah, I think he's the only one that wasn't. Actually, he might have been. I was sitting kind of, them suites are kind of far out.
I'm surprised they didn't have a TV screen or something in there where y'all could see.
Yeah, I was thinking that they was gonna have it in the scoreboard, but you couldn't really have no good view of the scoreboard from the
box y'all was in.
Yeah. So, but
Killer
everybody else was
Priest.
there. Yeah, Killer Priest. Everybody else was there. Old dirty bastard son did his parts.
How'd he do?
Good. I mean, sounds very similar. He got the flow. His voice ain't exactly the same, but
Yeah. And then you had Ghostface, Raekwon, all them, huh? Spectre Deck.
yep. Meth,
What's my man did all the beats?
RZA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
RZA was there. Did he flow?
Yeah. He mainly emceed the whole thing.
Okay.
The whole, De La Soul opened up, Common came out with them. And then, they did a few Wu-Tang songs, and then they broke out into individuals doing their stuff.
All right. Well, let's push
nice.
shit on, man. All right, glad you had a good time, man. Big ups to your ships and everybody, man. So what to expect today on the Self Love Show? We always started out with the quote of the day. Your mind is an awful thing to waste. All right, so we give you a quote, and then well, no, I'm in the wrong spot. Who am I here? But anyway, then we have our more growth and development video. That's our platform. It's less than 1 minute, and then Tattoo Tyranny. That's where we show a short video of normally it's 12, and we decide if they're treating society right, they're doing what we're paying them to do, serving and protecting. And then of course Dome Teaser. That's where we challenge your mind, give you a riddle, and if you can't figure it out and self-love can't process and matriculate, standing back there holding the ball looking at wide open receivers. Free Justin Fields, by the way, because I picked him for MVP this year. I really meant next year, but I'm a homer. All right, but that being said, Self Love will give you the answer because he normally figures it out. If not, I'll give you guys the key at the end of the show. Today's show is all about the natural path to Black health, the way and the life. Honored to have Kaseem in the building. He'll be with us shortly. So phone lines are open. You can dial 424-900-6945. That number's what?
Roll free.
Once again, 424-900-6945. That number's what?
Positively, all the way, troll free.
Trolls get what?
Holes around here.
We'll make you what?
Famous.
That's right. We will make you famous, and I'll be your Huckleberry. Go ahead and smash that like button for us. It helps the channel grow. And then we wrap it up with my personal favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's Wordsmith's final word. Stick around for that. He's going to flow off the top of the dome and give you some nice prose summarizing today's topic. So big ups to him for sharing with us. Any announcements there, fella?
Like, share, subscribe, share far and wide. Let's get them in here.
Facts. Stop the violence out there. Put the guns down. All right. Stop self-snitching. And subscribe to TATN so you can catch this content. We got a great one lined up for you today. And get yourself checked up out there. Go to the doctor and, get your annual checkup or your naturopath. That's what we're here to discuss today. All right. Black health. This is a series. But if there's anybody out there that does practice this or have used this, we definitely want to hear from you. This is designed to be interactive. And enough of my yapping. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to this brother so he can go ahead and handle his business.
Welcome. Thank y'all. If it's know y'all, it's know us. Welcome to the Self Love Show. Today we're unpacking the natural path. It's going to be a blessing. Been looking forward to this since we booked it. As always, have a very important video, Silverback More Growth and Development platform, which we are building the Self Love Nation off of. But before that, we have the Self Love Show quote of the day. If nature didn't make it, don't take it. You heard that? If nature didn't make it, don't take it. Dr. Sebi.
Yeah, he made it rhyme too, so we can process it.
Yep, we can put it down. Silverback More Growth and Development Platform. Number 1, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. Number 3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influences. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen. And as always, number 10, protect our women, children, and men by any and all means necessary.
Facts. I concur with that. Man, I just saw my man pop in. There it is. Keep that video down, bro. Once you
Let you know.
yeah. All right, we're in the building. All right, so we'll be getting this everything going for you guys shortly. That's our platform, so definitely work with us. This is a movement, the Self Love Show. We're not just out here for fun and games, although we are out here for fun and games because you got to enjoy life, right? So,
yes, edutainment. Gotta live, love, and have some fun.
Special edutainment.
I said, ooh, we.
All right, Self. Tattoo tyranny. Did you see? Oh man, this guy's hilarious. I can't think of his name. It's a comedian, orange dude. Oh my god, hilarious.
I'm sure I haven't seen it. You know, I stay pretty much unplugged.
All right, he's talking about your president, the guy you lined up like a little slave and voted for. May or may not have.
Has become crooked Joe Biden's top surrogate, I think, because he doesn't think Biden is going to make it. That's why he's doing it. He doesn't think he's going to make it, and it won't be him.
No way to get this black off the screen.
Have a big fight.
However, I don't know why there will be a lot of Democrats
competing, is going to be very interesting. But let's see. Look, some people say Biden's going to make it. Does anybody think he's going to make it to the starting gate? I mean, the guy can't find his way off of a stage. Look, here's the stage. Here's the stage.
This guy's hilarious.
Stupid stage before, right? I've never seen it. But if I walk
his
left,
hair
there's
is
a
hilarious.
stair. And if I walk right, there's a stair.
I told you he's Archie Bunker. Listen to this guy.
Up. Where am I?
Oh my God.
Where the hell am I? Where am I?
And Mike did a little point.
He's terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. You know, I'm much tougher on him than I used to be. Out of respect for the office, I was never like. He's the most corrupt president, the most incompetent president we've ever had. But when they indicted me, and then again and again and again.
Oh my goodness gracious.
When they indicted me. So this guy, hey, we'll get you guys in here shortly. We'll get you in here shortly. But welcome. And it looks like you're good. Check. Yeah, you look like you're good to go. All right. So if you got to handle this production, man. All right. So we got to move on. But that wasn't necessarily tattoo tyranny. We're going to stop your camera, y'all. But everything seems to be working. But that wasn't tattoo tyranny necessarily. I just thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, you know, that dude, he's funny looking, funny sounding, funny talking.
Well, you know, he's the fool. He's the court jester, and there's a lot of genius in his foolery.
Yeah, because he can say whatever he wants to out there, get away with it out there, just completely tell lies.
But he didn't. Was he telling a lie? Was that a lie?
No. I'm just talking about.
Yes, I know.
Right.
I know.
So that's how he does it, because he mixes in lies with the truth. So
that's what I meant by
have
the fool.
A hard time. Yeah.
He's a fool.
A hard time distinguishing between the two, because his people. Whew,
yeah, he's supposed to be the king, but he's playing the fool. You know. So let's go ahead and move on. You guys, please like, share, subscribe, because we got our guests waiting. We got one more short clip to play for you guys. This is something that never happens in my neighborhood, at least. White on white crime. I don't have to worry about white people.
Tips for helping them lead to the man they say is the one seen in this violent viral video. Officers arrested Cody Heron overnight, days after they say he attacked a driver, kicking in that window as she and her 2 young children sat inside. It all happened as ATV and dirt bike riders circled City Hall Sunday night. Action News reporter Becca Hendrickson live at police headquarters tonight. Becca, police and prosecutors held a news conference on this just a short time ago tonight.
They did, Brian, and they said this was a difficult investigation. 26-year-old Cody Heron used an alias online that misled investigators. But again, they credit all of those tips for helping them find Heron, and they hope this arrest sends a message.
We're here today to talk about and discuss this vicious assault on a mother and the occupants.
Vicious assault.
It was Sunday night in Center City. A biker hops onto this Ford Fusion and smashes in the back windshield. In that car was a mom, her girlfriend, and their 2 kids. The woman confronts the rider, who pulls a gun on her. Police have now identified that man as 26-year-old Cody Heron.
His violent, lawless behavior.
Violent.
Unacceptable here in the city and county of Philadelphia.
Investigators arrested Heron Tuesday night on the 4500 block of East Stiles Street in Frankfurt. His uncle says he was there when police pulled up on the block. Did you know that Cody was involved the other night?
I just seen a video last night.
Police say at the home they found the bike, helmet, and 9mm gun. But tracing Heron to that home was no easy task. They say he
tried to get him to incriminate himself
online that initially misled investigators.
We don't know if he made that name up and it just happened to be people with that name, and people gravitated to people in this area with that name, or that he was intentionally doxing or trying to take over that person's identity.
Police and the district attorney's office say they hope this arrest sends a message to other illegal riders in Philadelphia.
That we are going to continue to crack down on this type of behavior. It's the quality of life issues that have an impact on so many people in this city.
And Brian Heron faces multiple charges, including aggravated assault against all 4 victims in this case. Police also say as they continue to crack down on this illegal behavior in the city, they're hoping the public comes forward with more tips of these ride meetups. Live at police headquarters, Becca Hendrickson, Channel 6.
You kill it.
Brian.
Yeah, that video is so disturbing. So many.
Yeah, it's just weird. I like that 12 is showing. I wish they showed that same passion and compassion when one of their own is accused of a crime. You know, you said disgust they have.
Yeah, exactly. Because they don't feel that way at all. They be like, "Good job."
Yeah,
when it's them. He feared for his life. It's nothing else needs to be said.
Yeah, man, and it was a shorty in the back. It looked like, I think they were like a female couple, and it was a shorty in the back, man. So you know this thing's gonna get legs.
Yeah, it said it was 2 shorties in there.
Yeah, you got the black female, you know, the strong black female couple in there, and you got this. I don't know if he's pink, but you got this kid, you know, pulling stick out like that, jumping on the whip.
Yeah, it's crazy. That was quite crazy.
MEP.
And MEP might, I think MEP probably is involved.
Think that kid might be a MEP head in this little biker gang.
or a meth dealer. You know those thugs.
Thugs, disgusting. 2 women with babies in the car. And then pulled a stick out.
Right.
What
a woman gets out and he pulls a stick out.
What a female cat. But yeah, it was a woman. It was a woman, but we're not gonna go further than that. I mean, did you see her?
I did.
Okay.
And
all right.
I didn't think a stick is necessary.
No, it's still a woman, but yeah. That's how you get yourself killed, pulling out sticks on people and not squeezing it. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Well,
because if that passenger had a stick and saw that,
it would have went down. Could have went down.
Yeah,
Could
they tracked
went
them.
down.
All right, so today we got the naturopath to Black health, the way and the life. We're honored to have our guest, Kaseem. So we're going to go ahead and get this rolling. But before we do have today's dome teaser. Here we go. Until I am measured, I am not known. Yet, how you miss me when I have flown. What am I? I'm going to put this in the chat. Until I am measured, I am not known. Yet, how you miss me when I have flown. What am I? We can see self-love processing like the great Justin Fields, getting his mind working. Let's see. So I just put it in there because sometimes, you're a visual learner. And we'll give you guys time to matriculate it, and we'll see what happens here. All right, Self, enough of my babbling.
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
All right. Big ups to production. And we're going to go ahead and get this self-love show on the road. He went out and stood in front of King Von's mural after Von was murdered and, trolled. And he got murdered later. I don't know if it was related to that, but these are the types of things we're talking about. And self-love, the 1010 show, is that the show we got your guy on? Let me look at the title.
Yeah, it should be.
All right, yeah.
So next week, we're going to have a very special guest continuing the Self Love Nation Health series. And looking forward to it.
Yeah, we got one of Self Love's guests. It's always special. You don't have to bring your 10 hats out, typically. You ain't got to be perfect.
Around Halloween, I'm going to have to get me some 10 hat and some other things going so I can have.
We over east, man. We chilling.
Just got to be worth it.
And so he was on the phone. So this is how they call us sleeping.
Oh, you can kill that.
I'm coming out the liquor store. I go to the car. He's still high.
Appreciate you. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get the whole shebang going, man. We are honored to get this brother in the building. Hey, y'all, appreciate your patience. What's up? How you doing today?
Hello, how you doing?
I'm blessed.
Oh, Steph, welcome. Thank y'all for doing this. It's going to help us grow our situation and y'all's as well.
Yes.
So let's expand some minds.
Let's do it.
Sweet. All right. So just so that everyone can just have a general idea, if you guys, because I just want to shoot, I got like 4 early life questions, because part of what we do here is this platform, we're telling our story, as melanated people, specifically from Chicago, in Chicago, because it's a lot of nonsense. It's been in the media for years about us. Yeah. So with that being said, can you just kind of just start it out and give us, a background on essential herbs and essentially your platform for your business? If you can do that, and then we'll jump into the early life questions, please.
Okay. I'll go ahead and kick this off. It's very simple. This is my wife, Aisha. She is the progenitor of Essential Herb Chicago. All right. We are direct descendants and students of the late great Dr. Sebi.
Nice.
All right. We are based in Chicago. Safe to say the namesake.
TATN.
Okay. I love that all to my brother, my Kappa brothers. You may get a few of your brothers that you know to jump in that as well. Some of my DJ Kappa brothers as well.
All right. That'll be nice to give out. I love giving out yo.
Yeah. Like my brother Carl Seaton and
Oh, that's my man's. Yeah, I can send him the link. Yeah, I'm gonna send him the link too, man.
Damon, Cleese, Brent, Craig.
Yes.
All of them brothers. And Essential Herb Chicago is here to ensure that we give the people another clear objective and aspect that what has been put upon you does not have to be the way that you continue your life, whether it be starting it, correcting it in the middle, or correcting it at the end. There is always an opportunity for you to make a decision, to make a change in what you didn't know. And as the late great Dr. Sebi said, it's never too late until it's too late for you to make the change. Yeah. And that's what we are. Exactly. That's exactly what we are here to show and prove and to provide the people with.
Man, and rest up, Dr. Sebi. And yeah, this is going to be super great because, I've always been, my mom, rest her soul, and my grandparents, they've always been, just rub some of that on there and get that aloe plant, use that, and yeah, yes. And they lived a long time. So, but just being 100%, I'm one of the guys, and we'll get to that at the end. I believe, using what you do, what modern medicine does together, and you might be against it. I want you to hold that thought
very soon, but we're not.
Yeah. Okay, good. What I think is
result,
doctors should be trained in what you guys
better.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
correct.
You need both. Sometimes people need to do what the doctors say to get them regulated because we're so far into what we've been doing. And then, but as we know, with the cough that we just had back in 2020, we're gonna need to help ourselves out a little bit more. And before we had this westernized medicine, we had plants, herbs, things that was put here by the creator to heal our own selves. You know what I'm saying? So we need a little help sometimes with the doctors.
No doubt. I think doctors are for surgical procedures and broken bones and stuff like that, but general health, they treat symptoms and not the issues.
That's the thing.
Yeah, the doctor would be like the fire department. They're gonna come and put the fire out. But then you need somebody to get in there.
Yeah.
But let's save this real quick because and we don't have to spend a lot of time in the early life. It's just general. When and where were you guys born? And if you can just kind of describe, like if it was in Chicago, West Side, South Side, what it was like, were you interacting with non-melanated folks? If so, how? So when and where were you born? And generally speaking, and were there white people around, and what were those interactions like? This is for our grandkids, y'all.
Okay. So I grew up in Chicago on the South Side in the hundreds.
Wow.
So right off 111. So I didn't have a lot of interaction with white people. We were all around our kind. You know what I'm saying? And I come from a lineage of people that come from down south. So Belzoni, Mississippi, and they came here and searched for a better life. So When they got here, they worked. Their thing was to get a house, and they got their own house and everything. So we didn't have much growing up. So we didn't even go to the doctor much, right? We relied on a lot of holistic healing. They didn't call it that. It was kind of just herbal remedies. So some of the stuff that they call you heal you or kill you, that's what we grew up on. And so that's kind of where it gets started. Yeah, so I know my auntie was really big on it. My mom was also. And that's just kind of how I got started dibbling dabbling. And that's about it. What about you? Where you grew up at? All around Chicago.
It's like I am, but go ahead. Yeah, that's me
Yeah,
all over the show.
absolutely. I, for the most part, let's just keep it simple. I am an initial resident of, as they say, the low end. All right, Bronzeville.
All right.
All right. I did go to school out in the far north suburbs and also in the inner city. So I have an interaction with both sides of the coin per se. And yes, so I went to Catholic / Jesuit schools.
Stop it.
All right. So this is a fact. All right. I will say Loyola. That know Jesuits. All right. So there was a lot to learn early.
We did a show on the Jesuits, boy. But go ahead. I don't
And
know if we want to say
Hey, stop. Let me tell you something. This
I
ain't
with the
platform. Don't be getting them dinged on their platform, man.
Right. I don't want to say Jesuits too many times.
Right.
Go
You
ahead.
can't say that too many times. Okay?
That's what the school is, though.
What in the Catholic League? We played them.
That's enough. You got it. Okay.
You want me not to be
Go
honest?
past it. Go past it.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then I transferred as far as high school. So I started in Catholic school for the most part, went to Jesuit school, and then came back to Franciscans, which pretty much is their cousins, and which I'm pretty sure y'all know, 49th and Cottage Grove.
Hells.
So
Hells, yeah. My homie went there.
Let's just say that I'm a gamut student.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you went to Hells where the brothers could put hands on you. One of my guys, Ronton, that was my brother from another mother. He was probably there before you, though.
No. I heard about Ronton. Absolutely.
Yeah. See, Ronton, boy, he was a giant.
His name rings bells.
He was a giant. He was great with those too, boy.
Man,
back in 84.
I was the brains.
Back in 84. I know what you're talking about.
Yes, I came out of Ray in 84. Me and Ronton. That was my man. We came up together, and then he moved out. He went to TF South, and I moved out to Cal Park and went to Eisenhower. 120.
He went to school. Y'all didn't know about, well, maybe but my older brother went to Hells. God rest his soul. Lucky Carter, Robert Carter, in 1984.
What grade school, rest his soul, did he come out of?
Emmanuel Christian over Southwest.
Yeah. See, I didn't know cats at Hells because I was at Ray. Ronton happened to go to Hells, and then I had moved out to Cal Park, so I didn't know a lot of Hells cats.
Yeah,
just Ronton was my dog. You know what I'm saying? So,
but you know where the house music came from? It didn't come from Cal Park.
No, it was
quick.
It was on the south side, southeast side. You know what I'm saying?
Dion
a lot of Hyde Parkers too. Yeah, yes.
Hells. All right, we ain't gonna go too far after that.
Yeah, Hells was you. I ain't gonna lie. All right, but can you guys because I know you mentioned your ancestors and the ones before us. Can you provide the Self Love Nation, if you have one, with any colloquialisms, sayings, or anything like that you may have heard on the block, or from the ones before us that stuck with you?
Your kitchen is your medicine cabinet.
It really is.
Say that again.
Your kitchen is your medicine cabinet.
Wow, never heard that before. Wow.
Facts.
Wow. And it kind of speaks for itself.
It does.
Facts.
If you are in there eating the right things, then all these surgeries and things like that, you might have to have them in a blue moon. But if you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing and eating the way you should be eating, we can probably eliminate so many things that we go through medically.
I absolutely love that. Go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off. And Self's got a question for y'all.
We got our cat meowing in the background like a child. So excuse me.
I got 2 cats. I know how they are.
He's a bully.
For sure. Who do you credit for helping you to rise above environmental stressors and perceived challenges as a child?
Whew. In real life, because I had my mother and my aunt as an example of the rising above. You know, they have been through just about everything down south. They pick cotton, you know what I mean? So you know what that's like. They hate to talk about it. So you just imagine what they went through down there. But also, you know, we had a strong leaning on faith. You know what I mean? The Most High God. And so that's really where we look to. That's what we did. We prayed. And that was most of my childhood because my mom, my aunt, they're ordained ministers. So that's what we did. You know, as you get older, you kind of learn what tradition is, and what you learn is the truth. So it's still not that far from tradition, but you know, you got to learn what the truth is. But that's who really steered me.
As far as myself, I'm going to attribute it to exactly what it was, Dr. Sebi. As a child, I can say that my father leaned me from steering away from staying on meat per se. However, once Dr. Sebi became clear and the teacher, and having an opportunity to share his wisdom with me and his honesty, 2009 and 2014. And of course, with the support of my wife, there wasn't really nothing else to question. And then, of course, if you guys choose to, but we may not have to, it's all spoken in any literary per se, biblical scriptures as well.
Yeah. Talking about the Bible on YouTube.
I was about to say, watch it.
hey, I'm with it.
It's the truth though.
I'm a scripture guy. I process all information.
Again, in all due respect, we didn't print it. We didn't write the stories. So I don't think any flagging can come from just mentioning what has already been here before the conception and inception of such digital media platforms.
Right.
We have nothing to do with what's already here. And just speaking upon it, there's no flagging that needs to be done. Because remember, just mentioning something that's already there has nothing to do with us. Just to say the same, if I could recite the coding of this particular broadcast, it would be www.754 / That's just a coding of what this broadcast is able to give the world, right?
Right.
We didn't make that, did we?
Nah. Well, maybe.
No.
We did.
We only
we made
created
everything.
what they're seeing.
So we made everything.
The coding was done by them in reference to their quote unquote platform, right?
Right.
So for any and all books of knowledge is that platform. You're just speaking upon it. That's all.
Yep.
Because we didn't write it.
Flesh.
Fair enough.
Flesh. And did y'all meet at that White Castle's on 111th? Everybody know about that one, boy.
But
know
that's
what?
like right by my
She is
look.
the
That's
Wild Hunters princess.
I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not. But that is like literally right by the home that I grew up in. So
Yeah.
very familiar with that.
Yeah. So, when we was in Cal Park, I was off 127th and Halsted. I was nearby there. So we're sliding down on the way to the crib from, being more in
Everywhere.
the city. Yeah.
Everywhere. That is the let's roll through here after we did all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're not talking White Castles here today, y'all.
No,
We're talking good food.
We are because let me tell you,
Real food, actual food.
Right. We talking about White Castle on 111th is what probably had me having some health issues really early. Like all that eating out, and I knew better. It's just that.
And that Harold's on 127th and Halsted. I don't know if y'all ever went to that.
The one on 103rd.
That was the best.
The one on 103rd.
Hey, you didn't catch me on 111th and 103rd too much, but you just didn't catch me on 10 Trade too much.
Oh man, that's my hood.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna give you like 6 minutes to stretch your legs, whatever you're gonna do.
Okay.
And we'll be back for the second half. We're gonna get into the good stuff. Appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. We appreciate you.
It's the Self Love Show. Y'all know what it is. It's halftime. And we are about to get it in.
Did Nas perform halftime?
Yep.
Ah, nice.
Yep. And it's about that time today. We're speaking with Kaseem and his wife. And we're about to really get into it, y'all. Just graze the top of the surface. We've got some great videos for you to check out.
Sounds like he knew Dr. Sebi personally.
Yeah. He said 2009, 2014.
Yeah. Wow.
Shared his we're about to
I don't know how many times we can say Dr. Sebi's name, but go ahead, bro.
Man.
Go ahead.
So we got some great videos. Check them out. Be right on back.
We over east, man. We chilling, me and my homie. And so he was on the phone. So this is how they call us sleeping, because he was on the phone. I'm coming out the liquor store. I go to the car. He's still hollering at his homeboy at the phone. He come from the payphone to hop in the car. And while he hopping in the car, I'm thinking he just, finna finish hollering at his homie. He said, man, Twitch just gonna get him what he want. I'm like, what do you mean just get him what he want? I look. Man, I'm talking about he probably had a 4.5 or whatever. The motherfucking barrel looked like the size of a peanut butter jar hole that day, goddamn it. I was like, God damn. So my instincts, I got a little jewelry on, so I snatched my arm back a little bit. And he noticed I had, man, what you doing? And it looked like he was finna bang. Then that's when my guy was like, Twist, just gonna get to him. Then he heard him say, what, Twist? Then he realized it was me. And the same dude that was finna get me, he ended up telling me his rap name, broke it down to the knee, let my homie get in the car, sat there and spit a verse for me and everything, and let me go. Wow, that's what you call respect right there.
You want to do an analysis looking at all the income that's being brought in by the property, less all the operating expenses. And whatever the seller's charging for that, you take the net operating income divided by the sale price, and that's going to give you what's called a cap rate. If you're buying building A and it has a 6% cap rate, and then the building across the street sold earlier in the year for a 7% cap rate, then you're probably not making the right decision in buying it because it's not kicking off enough net operating income. So cap rate is a comparative measure used by commercial real estate investors to determine if they're buying at the right price.
And to any kids out there, when he says cap rate, he's not talking about the rate of lies you tell. All right. This is no cap here, so everybody knows.
Rebellious as the white man. Everything that God says thou shalt not do, the white man says, gee whiz, buddy, it's all right. Come on, try it. You like it, baby. It's okay. Gee whiz, you guys are too rigid. You only live once, man.
wiping it though. I'm gonna wipe it.
That's
I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna say, hey.
Tori's oldest brother. Between us, Tori made me at Beta, and so he just wanted to say a few words before we let you go here.
Okay. Yeah,
Brother Thomas, thank you so much for gracing us with your appearance, man. Grateful. You expanded our nation beyond belief. It's just a wonderful thing, and we would like to present you with the Self Luv Show first annual Ernest Lee Thomas Achievement Award.
Oh man,
It's
oh
apropos that you are the first recipient.
And nope, we call it the Raj.
We're gonna call it the Raj.
Oh, I love it. Oh man.
Yeah, so we have it on order. So it's gonna come here. We're gonna show it to the show, and then myself or Tasia deliver it to you or ship it to you from there.
Thank you, brother.
What's the point of life? Lord, why do we do it? And what's the point of strife? Pimps and whores see right through it. They see fluid. All Johns ain't saints, and St. John knew it. Tricks are preachers, 12 disciples, and so-called druids. See, solid. Get married and have shorties after college. So what's the point? Vibrate love, go share knowledge. Silence is violence. Stupid is as stupid does. Join the Give Back Gang Alliance. Gang, gang.
Man, I thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid. It don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the Black community, for real. Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro.
They're so ignorant.
Hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the
Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it.
This platform is
made for you and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy
and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
We have a butt. We have a butt.
Cool weekends in the morning, 97.1 FM.
Weekends in the morning.
Let's go.
WQHQ 97.1.
97.1.
Where you at, production? Where you at?
In the morning, cool weekends.
FM. Weenie.
And the Black Monkey, 97.1.
All right.
Yeah, this thing ain't taking. Go ahead, bro.
All right. So that was part of the break.
Oh, okay. No, it always ends. It always ends on. I mean, no, not when we got a guest, but Winnie in the butt. Today's show is sponsored by www.essentialherbschicago.com.
Turn the camera on.
No, I don't want to. And that's going to be, it's pinned in the chat, y'all. Support. That's our guest company. So support it. Go ahead, so.
Welcome back. Essential Herb Chicago. Thank you for appearing, and we really finna get into it. We talked about early life and, some of the show questions, and now we're gonna really get into the meat of what it is that they do.
That is facts. That is facts. And you guys, when we're off cam, we're giving our guests a close-up. And then also, we may or may not be doing shenanigans in the background. All right. So This is the naturopath to black health, the way and the life, with Kaseem and his wife in the building today. Please support black business and support your health. The link is pinned in the chat. Let's go, Self Love Nation. Phone lines are also open at numbers 424-900-6945. And stuff, none of the, go ahead.
That number is troll free.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely. None of these guys have got, or ladies have solved the riddle. And I know they didn't all go to William H. Ray School. Drop dead gorgeous. School of Lower Learning. But matriculate, people. Matriculate. But you can go ahead and do your thing, production. Let's go ahead and get them back activated. And so we're going to jump to the more growth and development questions, y'all. Nobody gets out of here without addressing these questions. You guys can work on them together, or you can kind of, do it individually. It's up to you. But it's more growth and development. So all is one well is what we're representing. We're all, unified. So choosing, if you guys had to choose, gun to your head, education, spirituality, or financial literacy courses, which tenet would you subscribe as the most important and efficient for ending Black poverty?
For what?
Black poverty.
So
education, spirituality, or financial literacy?
It's what do you think? I think it's it's financial literacy, but it's a cross between education is financial literacy, one and the same kind of, but financial literacy, because I believe that's the one thing about our people. Sometimes because we haven't had a lot, when we do get a little something, then instead of investing or instead of using our funds wisely, it's like, let's go splurge. You know what I mean? And not on the things that we necessarily need, it's on the things that we want. And so I feel that way. I don't know.
No, I agree. I mean, education.
Now, you don't have to agree just because your wife's sitting right here.
Remember,
this is for the grandkids. This is for the
He
grandkids.
definitely won't. He definitely
You
won't
want to be
agree with
starting
me.
something?
He'd be like, well, how I see it is.
You want to be starting something? Got to be starting something that I don't get over. Yeah.
Okay. So, with respect to everything that you all ask in that question, right? Because it's a compounded answer, in my opinion. Education is going to yield you all of those things, right? Education can mislead you in spirituality, and education can mislead you in financial literacy, right? So being that if it can do both as far as lead you to the good parts of both or the bad parts of both, that is still the source, because you must be learned of something.
Hold that thought. I'm gonna build with you.
Okay, come on.
But wouldn't the spirituality be the tipping point as far as giving you the discernment to even choose what's being misfed to you through education and vice versa?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna yield that question to your own answer, which I think that you actually said, and you may not realize you said. You said that wouldn't spirituality be the education of that? Is that to say that the non-spirituality that an atheist and or a satanist receive, which is education, didn't yield them that?
That would be the premise. That could be the premise. That is what I would say.
So again, the root of it all is how the educator, the educatee, is receiving either the negative way to go or the positive way to go.
Fascinating. Self-love.
Okay.
Yeah. It's all encompassed in the same.
Correct.
Spirituality, education, and financial
It
literacy.
is. It's all
They are
wrapped up
all,
in there. That's
correct.
a hard. That was a hard.
it's a
hard question.
triad.
Yeah, it was hard.
Trinity even.
Yes, together with it all, you can't go wrong if you got correct on those perspectives.
Yeah, I think if you only was correct with financial literacy, if that's all you had, it depends on how I'm defining it. If it's the greed of capitalism, if that's
Right.
all you have, if that's all somebody taught you, then that probably won't be ending poverty. Well, within personal poverty, yeah. And if everybody did,
feel, but I just feel
within
like
spirituality, wouldn't you be then in conflict with the clear fact
yeah,
that money is
yes,
the root of all evil?
yeah. Well, the love of money, is the root
the love of
Either
money
way,
is very right. The love of
either
money.
way, it's the root that it said. The scripture says the root.
Yeah, but
So whether or not if you talk about the love or the usages of it being a tool and or it being something that you love and or
I
hate,
interpret it as not the root of money. The love is
the
is
covetousness,
the
the
root.
covetousness.
The love
Yes.
of money
Money-
is the
yeah,
root.
money
The
is just-
idolatry,
not the money.
the
is the root.
idolatry, the idolatry
yes.
of it,
That's
the
what it is.
covetousness of
The
it.
idolatry
Right.
of anything is just
yes.
it's
so
hard.
so again, when you guys are saying now these particular descriptions of it,
Of
isn't
course.
that through education? Fair enough. Thank you.
Yeah, well, it's funny because Brother Pender, who was on here, I think I kind of know him, who's also from the low end. All right, big ups, Yoda Brother Pender.
Okay.
And he was talking about learning, the importance of learning language. He was more into linguistics of learning the meaning and of these
I
words.
think it's more about discernment.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
They've lied about everything, and they've tell us lies consistently, especially through education.
They
I
have.
think it's discernment.
That's
and
why
I
you're
think
we're
that
not
comes
talking
with
about
spirit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not just talking about education through a book, something that somebody teaches
Yeah.
you. Education also comes through you seeking because you know something is more than what they're telling you.
Yes.
So I'm just talking about my own personal
Absolutely
experience. So I've always felt like it's some weird stuff going on. I just can't put my finger on it, right? So I always kept digging and digging and trying to find out what's going on here. So that's real education. It's not, it don't come in a book where
And
somebody,
that is education though. That
Yeah.
you know, because like your parents, you know, my family has this spiritual background and so yeah, they did kind of, in other words, you're in a position where somebody says, here, take this bag of money and all this dope and go stand out there on 111th Street. And what's been programmed into you is like, man, no, I'm not your
Right.
not your crash test dummy. I have enough faith that I'm going to eat, you know, and that I'm going to have a roof over my head or whatever, you know, and you know, but this is no right answer to that. That's why the question was structured that way.
Okay, so I'm gonna
go
say
ahead.
this then.
We gotta keep
Within that
No.
respect of that question, right? It actually is. It actually is. I'm gonna say it in this light. We as humans, there is an innateness that's built in us. Do you agree with that?
You mean an innate sense of right and wrong?
Correct.
I always felt that way. My grandmother always told me, boy, you know right from wrong before she put that belt. You, but I didn't know I couldn't take the candy belt. Oh boy, you know better than that, you know. So
Okay.
But you kind of did though.
Okay, so watch this, brother. It's safe to say that animals have an innateness about them because they don't know how to read a Bible or any book per se to go and find education.
True.
Am I correct?
You are 100% correct. They have a spirituality about them.
So
Nature.
I hope you see where I'm going with this, meaning that if we're supposed to be the most highly intelligent species on this planet. Why do we struggle so much with listening to the innateness that's born in us without needing a book or education at all?
Because they sent us to those indoctrination centers from the time
Henceforth,
we're
as I
little
said,
until we're
education
12
based
years.
upon, I agree. So henceforth, why I said education based upon the educator to the educatee.
Yeah.
Because obviously, within all due respect, for some reason, we as humans, we need guidance and direction on what to do and what not to do. But we look at these animals that we cage up and make as a pet, they know what to do without our help at all. And especially when we leave their true nature and environment alone for them to be themselves,
It's balance.
They don't eat upon each other.
Right.
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 You understand what I'm saying and where I'm going with this?
Right. And they
Absolutely.
where they belong.
So within that, let's just still keep in mind, let's not be so arrogant as we unfortunately by nature makes us versus pulling our arrogance down and our ego down and allowing what the Father, as you was leading to, in my opinion, for spirituality to be the total answer. Unfortunately, man has disrupted that part for that to be the clearness of, just as this show, self-love. It's a shame that you, me, my wife, Brother Torre have to go and teach these youngins what self-love is. Self-love should be innate because the first rule of life is what? Self-preservation.
However, we had to learn it. You know what I mean?
So
we had to go and relearn it. Let's put it that way. We had to go and relearn it.
Absolutely.
So,
but animals didn't have to do that. They are obedient to the innateness that the Father gave them innate laws to follow. And they follow that unless what? Unfortunately, we as man make their environment different, which makes them move to somewhere else where now their natural habitat has changed to make them what? Do outside of nature.
One thing about animals, if you off cold, you killed or you get put, you get the got to go away.
But that
But who
sounds
caused
similar.
that? Man, by moving them out of their natural habitat.
But that sounds similar to what happened to black people.
I agree. Exactly. Henceforth, why we have now what? Become unself-loving of ourselves and our brothers and sisters.
Well, Self's got a final question for y'all on this platform questions.
Come on.
Go ahead, Self. The final one.
Speak on reparations.
We left that open. We left that open. There's no lead.
All right, I'm gonna let my wife start with this one, and I'm gonna anchor it down.
Let me tell y'all something.
So come on.
I'm a woman of a few words. However, we've been going back and forth with these reparations and what is deserving of us, but we deserve the whole thing. Okay, our people were over here, then some came, and then we built the whole thing up, right? But it's always a question about, do we deserve, or what can we do to get out of giving our people what their lineage is they're supposed to have. So we definitely should have what is coming to us, but will we ever get it? Looking at, and I want to tread so lightly. God, why did you have them ask me this question? I'm looking at.
Remember, your great grandkids may hear this one day.
Yes, but I'm looking at.
Speak your heart, speak your mind, speak the truth.
I'm looking at how we are allowing people into the country, right? And they're being allowed to do things that our people that are here laying under bridges, laying under viaducts and trying to stay warm, they are never able to do, right? And they're coming in with reparations, if you ask me, and they didn't even do nothing to get that. You know what I mean? They're people where they were, we right here, but they come in and they have all of the things that we probably should be getting. So I don't know why there's even a discussion. It's old to us. I pretty much feel like we should be having it, but where do we start on trying to even get it? It's like it's always shot down or, buried. I don't even know the answer to that.
I'll help.
Well, and Kaseem, before you go, I just want to chime in on that, and then I'll throw it to you, bro.
Come on.
That's the structure.
Yes.
Of the United States. It's three-card Monty. It's been like that. So we're supposed to have 40 acres and a mule, this, that.
Yeah.
And then even Dr. King said, but then they start letting all these quote unquote immigrants come over here from all over the world. Give me your poor, your hungry, your criminals. And then they gave them our reparations. Yep. Now I'll get off my soapbox and throw it to you, Kaseem.
Yep.
Okay. Reparations within self-rationalization of looking within self, right? Okay. We can, as you say, sit on a soapbox and point at who received theirs, who received this, who received that, who received this, because it appears that everyone within the dichotomy of the human genome has received a reparation in reference to what has been wrong to them. And it's clear to know that we own, or they own, the biggest bill owed to one classification of people, the indigenous people of the land. That does not mean the Indians per se, who's already received reparations. Okay.
Speak.
Now, I'm pretty sure that you guys may have seen Brother T.I., Brother Mike speak about how a chattel people cannot receive reparations due to self-infliction of contracts of ignorance. Meaning,
wait, you said contracts of what?
Contracts of ignorance, not knowing that you're in a contract. You call it an application.
Yes.
However, it's a contract.
Yes, everything is.
So
no, they're ignorant. That's ignorant.
Stop it.
They're ignorant.
Everything is a contract.
So within that light, right? Because they tell you, quite frankly, in the definitions of these quote unquote applications, when you ask for the long versions of them, what it truly is. Now, unfortunately, our dichotomy of the term black has been allowed to be
bastardized.
Beyond that, it has allowed to be accepted as a misnomer. And then the term misnomer doesn't get asked. What does that mean?
This is why we call white people pink people, because
yes,
if you can look in my face and call me black, then I can call you pink, whatever.
Then that's the problem.
I'm just saying, this is black, and
right.
This is not.
Okay. You're high yellow, Self. You in some bougie.
I'm just saying. I mean, none of us. Brothers. I mean, the darkest of us is still not black.
So, in due respect.
Sorry to step on your bill. Go ahead.
Within that respect, that is clear enough evidence for ones to say, maybe if I quote unquote want to approach this governing factor and ask for a reparation, and I'm saying these words purposefully, right? Maybe we should not be asking for anything, especially under a misnomer of a contracted financial chattel slave, because a slave cannot own anything. A slave cannot be recognized in court. A slave cannot receive anything because the master that you want to ignore, such as the misnomer, has already told you what to do to therefore be recognized, to receive what you don't have to ask for versus what you can go and ascertain, claim, take back. So I'm saying this in code within respect that I'm hoping that
you're not saying we should go rub poop on the walls in the at the
fair enough. I'm
House of
hoping
Congress.
that I'm hoping that whomever will see this years from now will pick up clearly on the code of changing one's status from Black to maybe a nationality of recognition to be seen versus something that is, as they say, dead and deceased.
In law and in life and purpose.
And in maritime law.
He just gave me a thought, Self.
So I'm hoping that you all can disseminate, or as you said, discern, that a reparation cannot be received by a slave. It must be received by an individual human body and not a number.
Corporate entity.
Yes.
Fair enough.
There you
Thank
go.
you, Self Love.
Yeah, and the thought this gave me is if I mean, it's been said, there's a bunch of slaves, not just so-called Black people.
You're right.
Exactly.
But
everyone.
correct. In their own way. Correct.
Yeah.
So one way of revolution or re-evolution, thought I just had, is we can all go into business for ourselves and flat out, hear me out. That way we don't have to ask the man white poop in the, in White House. Flat out not pay taxes, make them come after us. The IRS get buried. We all start, because when we work for companies, when we work for the master, so to speak, they tax us.
There's no tax law.
Speak on it, Self Love.
Right.
There is no law that binds you to pay taxes.
We agree, unless you consent to do it.
Right. But I'm saying,
okay,
we all stand up, start our businesses and just flat out don't pay taxes.
Correct.
Don't charge tax in the community.
It sounds really great. That movement sounds great, but how many of us are going to actually do it?
Yeah, I got a bunch of ideas, so you don't.
Okay,
no. I'm just trying to say how we gonna get unity together.
Well, we can't worry about what everybody do, but we got to worry about the like minds that we can bring together.
I understand that, but even the like minds that hear that in theory, to them, oh yeah, let's do that. But I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fear. What was you saying? Because like fear of
that means they're not like minds.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not going to do it.
Okay. So again, this goes back to your other question, and I hate to kind of bring it back into the fold, but I have to. Spirituality is not going to give you reparations. Education.
No.
Wait a minute.
There was no wrong answer to that question, and it was encompassing all three. So whichever you thought was really the expansion.
But this is still in support to this question, right? Or statement. Spirituality is not going to give you reparations.
Reparations.
It's not, in all due respect.
And none of them individually will. It's all three of them.
Well, hold on. Check this out, my brother. Spirituality can guide you to the proper way of interpreting the education that we lack financial literacy for. You see how all three of those combine? We cool on that so far?
I'm with it.
However, the one thing that is pertinent that's within this physical flesh that we must yield to is financial literacy, which again is based in education, because we must know what these terms mean from our emotional state versus a lawful state.
Well, you know, I have no pushback on that whatsoever. And I don't associate, this is not about what you said, but I don't associate spirituality with church per se. But one thing Tori and I debate a lot or discuss is the breakdown of our church. The church is a congregation. So I'm bringing this up because if we were all united somewhere, whether it be Islam, whatever you want to call it.
Fair enough. Go ahead.
Right? First of all, you're getting that tax break. Second of all, now when we ask, well, who would do it, right? Who would do it? Well, when the church, when the spiritual body is telling the people, this message is coming from the creator and the ancestors, this is what we're doing, then that's where spirituality comes in it, not so much education, because faith is blind, and I don't mean that in a negative way. So it's I think it's an impediment on our community that we've, not all of us, but that we don't value the spirituality part, because that's how I can look into a man's face and shoot him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just on that basic level.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Is it fair enough to say that Canaan law is still the law of the land? Is that
You
fair
said
enough?
Canaan law?
Yes. Is it
So
fair
going
enough
back,
that I ask you that question, whether within respect of you knowing or not, that it is still the law of the land?
Elaborate.
All right.
Well, it's not Admiralty law. It's not the law of the sea.
That means that they've created more than one. You see how you actually answered your own question? So look how they've been able to separate the spirit from the body.
Mm-hmm.
And we accept that
Mm-hmm.
unknowingly.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Indoctrination.
so again, let's be clear that when we are dealing with these entities, right?
Mm-hmm.
They know that the average of us do not know who we are.
The 85%.
Right.
Even more. You can even raise that up now, because clearly
Yeah, you can.
it's more than that, in all due respect.
Have
right?
no interest in knowledge of self. That could have no interest.
So again, this is again where I was saying that, like, still those three questions of spirituality, education, and financial literacy, within the respect of all three, there has to be a redetermination of what has to guide those three.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, if one doesn't know that Canaan law is the law of the land, you will walk in, as Self Love just said, speaking maritime law, and lose anything that you ask for within these particular jurisdictions of the laws. You must know where you are, who you're dealing with, because they're not going to tell you. Is that fair?
Very fair. And the words don't mean the same in different arenas.
Thank you, my brother.
The very same
Thank you, my
words.
brother.
It's a color of law
Thank
as
you, my
opposed
brother.
to law. And they don't, words don't mean the same
Thank
in
you.
every arena. And
So therefore, if I take a spiritual law into a maritime law, what's going to happen? I'm going to get shunned,
yeah. And
right?
Yeah, if they ask you if you understand in maritime court, say no, they can't proceed.
Oh, okay. Now, again, doesn't it take
Understand? No.
education to then be able to separate that?
Yep.
You must have a proper mentor / educator teacher to make sure that you are able to discern, as you say, right?
Well, there's I feel you on that, but I'm like empathic. I got gifts, so discernment means a little
Yeah, I was about to
something
say I
different.
got both. You know what I'm
So
saying?
I understand what you're saying clearly.
Again, we're still talking about our people though, as a whole.
Right.
We cannot individualize this.
Yeah.
Because remember, reparations is not going to come to the whole, because the whole is what? Wrapped up in the contracts. There are very few that have been able to separate themselves out of the contracts to therefore go and ascertain what is already theirs. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Henceforth the difference.
Yeah. I can't push back on any of that. I can't push back on any of that.
It's not even that, brother. It's just exactly what it is. And it's time for us to step up to the plate and accept these truths and do what we must do, as Self Love Whole Show states. You must self-love, self-educate, self-spirituality yourself, so that you can self-ascertain what's yours.
He sound like knowledge. Knowledge is talked about for about 3 hours, opting into the information, and we're big on mentorship. That's part of our platform. And you guys, tonight's show is sponsored by www.essentialherbschicago.com. That link is pinned in the chat. Let's rotate this money and produce our own reparations and stop spending with big corporate and spend with the people.
Self Love Nation, y'all hit that up.
Definitely do.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right.
Hell for you.
Yes, sir. And
Back on operating
when you're ready. Yes.
So the naturopath, and then the naturopath to Black Health, the way into life. We got Kaseem and his lovely wife sitting here today, just breaking down great knowledge. Phone lines are open. You can call or text 424-900-6945. That number's what? Need to check
free.
I'll be seeing text after the show, and then I'll be like,
absolutely troll free.
Yeah.
And got us, please.
Hey, Self, I love that. Absolutely troll free.
Yeah. Trolls get holes around here.
Yeah.
That's what happens. But goddess, please say your name again so the people know your name, because we keep calling you Kaseem and his wife, and I don't,
my name is Aisha.
I like it, but I just want to make sure that.
Right? Seems like I'm a possession.
Go ahead. Say it again.
My name is Aisha.
Aisha.
All right. So we're sitting here with Aisha. So let's get into the naturopath. And this is, everyone has different areas of expertise, but we're all ears here. And this has been a great conversation. So I gave at the top of the intro, what do you call a generic definition or mainstream definition, but can you guys describe in your words, what is naturopathic healing and therapy?
For me, it is what comes from the earth. Okay, so any kind of herbs.
Coca leaf?
Huh? Any kind of herbs. We just gonna leave it like that.
All right.
Also,
natural
herbs and those things like fruits.
There's a lot of them.
And then like your original fruits, vegetables. You know what I mean? We got some hybrids in there that people think are good for them, but ultimately
seeds and grains.
Yeah, seeds and grains.
Natural.
All natural. Okay, you want to do it?
No.
All right then. But those things keep your body running right. Give you the minerals. The vitamins that people take every day are made up of minerals, but you can get those naturally by eating the right things. You know what I mean? There's an alkaline list that are of original vegetables and fruits, grains, even sweeteners, things like that. And you want to always be using those things. And that's homeopathic or herbalistic, whatever you want to call it, but it's all natural, comes from the earth, was here before us, will be here after us.
Right.
Okay, so
power. That's power.
Yeah, we had Dr. Sebi's quote. He said, what did he say? What was that quote, Self? If the earth didn't make it, I don't take it, or don't take it. Yeah.
I love
Don't
that.
take it. If the earth didn't make it,
I won't take
don't take it. Yeah.
Hey, I love that, brother. Thank you.
that's real.
Thank
That's
you.
real.
That is so supportive of everything that we do, everything that Dr. Sebi taught us, and all of the other healers of cellular and herbal ways of life. And I don't know if
don't you go off. I'm just gonna say that
I just want to leave.
That's where the healing starts. The healing starts with what you putting inside, right? When you put whatever you put inside of your body, that's what you're gonna get out, right? So you want to put the right stuff in it.
No, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on your
say, and I'm speaking from experience because I was in my late 20s, early 30s, and was falling apart, y'all. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Doing just what everybody does all the time, being convenient. You grabbing food from here, grabbing food from there, but it wasn't nourishing my body. What it was doing was giving me issues. You know what I mean? So I was pre-diabetic, thyroid problems, high cholesterol. It was everything was happening. High blood pressure. Going back and forth to the doctors. They couldn't seem to get the cocktail of the medicine right. And it was like I used to stand outside, guys, and wait for my son to get off the bus from school and just like, let me stand out here. So if I pass out, somebody sees me, right? Because I'm the only one at home. And it was like that kind of fear because my body was doing something that I just didn't recognize.
Man.
So I had to go and find something because like I said, I'm back and forth with these doctors for 2 years straight and nothing's getting better. Nothing. They couldn't find the right cocktail for me because I had put so much stuff in my body that didn't belong there, that wasn't from the earth. That wasn't
coming. It wasn't coming out. Wasn't getting
right,
processed.
and it wasn't coming. It wasn't. It was nothing.
What you eat can kill you or heal you.
Yes.
Period.
So that's what put me on the journey to, it took me back to my childhood, basically, when my aunt used to be like, you can do this to cleanse, or you can do that, and you should. And the way that she ate should have been what I model after her or whatever, but I didn't, and so I started to do more of that, and it started to correct my conditions. You know what I'm saying? So I would go back to the doctor, and I just tried it one time. I was like, I'm gonna just do this alkaline diet and see what happens. And then I went back to the doctor, everything was leveled, and they were like, oh, so we found your right cocktail. I said, okay.
Yeah.
That's what you
throw them pills in their face. You take those pills.
Like, y'all almost killed me. Thank you, but no.
I wanted to say this. We don't have any strikes, knock on wood. So feel free to. We built this platform. I don't want to get you guys jammed up in your personal business, but feel free to speak your minds. All right, we'll deal with what we need to deal with. But that did go into my next question. How did you guys embark upon this whole journey? Because there's different schools of thoughts on, like you guys mentioned the healers earlier, the medicine men, the people in our past, like some of those guys were born into it, or ladies. But how did you get into it, Kaseem? Would you just walk down the street and saw Dr. Sebi and said, what's up?
No, my wife, again, is the progenitor of our household to discover Dr. Sebi. And from that, it was a journey of seeking him out, being able to actually cross paths with him, listen, learn, and then apply. Now, another thing that has recently, within the last few years, but with clarity came across both of our lives, is that within anyone who attempts to, let's just say, follow particular scriptures, right? Genesis is known to be across, multiple platforms, and I don't want to leave no one out. However, Genesis is one platform that I believe that multiple aspects of faiths draw on and relate to. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, well, yes.
In my opinion.
Okay, fair enough. So what I would like for you guys to do, and anyone that's listening, but you guys in particular, so that you can have this, as they say, once you learn something, you can't unlearn it, right?
Right.
Take a note of this. Are we ready?
Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 1.
I love this part.
And remember, I said chapter 1. This means that, per se, the Messiah Moses, who wrote this book, received this lesson even before he received the 10 Commandments. Verse 29. So I would like for you guys to attempt to just jot that down as a note and leave that for all of your subscribers, all and anyone who ever comes across this particular broadcast, to let that scripture be your guide to where we are now and to where we have helped many of our clients, to help them see the way that breaks, quote unquote, the program spell of the colonizer, which enforced and embarked upon us this idea of eating other than what that says. If you're not familiar, in a nutshell, per se, what that scripture says, I'm not sure if you guys have a moment to pull it up where you can read it, so that it does not seem like it's a bias from us at all.
Every herb is good of man or something.
I would like for you to try and read it.
Yeah, I didn't even look it. I didn't look it up. I already knew that.
You are
And God said, "Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, and the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat." Once again,
stop
okay,
right there. But I need you to read that one more time so that your listeners can get it, because it was a little bit choppy.
Okay, no worries. But once again,
one more time.
Genesis
so that
chapter
your
1
listeners can get it.
Genesis chapter 1 verse 29. And God said, "Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be meat."
Stop. Who is to you?
Me.
Man, you / woman. That means that accordingly to what that just read to you, the Father, the Creator, is speaking directly to you, and per se, woman, correct?
Yes, human.
Yep.
And it clearly tells you what you will have, what as your meat?
Every herb bearing seed which is upon the earth, and every tree.
So it doesn't speak about nothing about meat. It don't speak about nothing about soul food and synthetic processed food, right?
Nothing about Harold's chicken.
Nothing
or
about
Uncle
it.
Remus.
Though it tastes delicious.
Nothing about
Big
Harold.
ups, Uncle Remus. Harold's chicken, big ups.
Nothing about Jerk 48.
Nothing.
Nothing about
I-57.
chickens
Is
and
I-57
whatever
still
else.
open?
So within that respect, right? Let's just still stay in tune to the whole point of bringing that up. Order of operation of obedience to avoid ignorance.
Yep.
The Creator clearly.
Trees bearing fruit with seed. I mean,
Speak on it.
That's
Speak
fruit.
on it, brother.
That's fruit. It's
As fruit. What will be your meat?
Come on.
Well, hold it right there. We got Melvina Motivates in the building. She said y'all are dropping gems. Essential Herb Chicago is in the building. She said testify. She said, come on, bro. Yes, y'all have. And then she was clapping after the Genesis chapter 1, verse 29. Big ups, Melvina. Thanks for your support.
Okay.
So go ahead, brother.
So now, my brother, I want you to also, let's keep in mind, we've identified that 29 is speaking clearly to you / woman, right?
Right.
Now, let me show you, unfortunately, and I just have to say it for what it is, how certain other people of the cloak will allow the people to go astray from the verse that's right behind it. Please read verse 30. Come on.
All right. I don't have the Bible out. I'm actually
That's all right.
pulling it up.
If you guys can, please just pull it up. And I need, because this is very important, because it goes back to my other point of when we were talking about the animals. Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. And to all the wild animals, all the birds of the air, and all the living creatures that crawl on the earth, I give all the green plants for food. And so it happened.
Keep going.
Yeah, yeah.
No, keep going.
God looked at everything he had made and found it very good.
Okay, pause. So now in verse 30, who clearly is God talking to?
The wild animals.
Thank you. Now, remember earlier we spoke about the obedience or the lack of obedience of man and / woman
yes,
versus the natural innate obedience of an animal.
So the children of Israel, speaking of Israel, there's a war going on, but we're not talking about them necessarily, right?
That's all right. Come on, keep coming. I see where you're going with this.
You're saying,
come on.
But we're not following our fathers, the original ancestors' lessons.
And the first lesson, let's be clear on that.
Correct.
Because, in all due respect, watch this. In all due respect, what came first? Genesis. Am I correct?
Yes, Old Testament, pretty much the Torah.
Yep.
However, Genesis is first.
Yes, first.
Right? Verse 29. Moses hasn't even received the 10 Commandments yet. Do you see how important it is in reference to what the quote unquote common term, you are what you eat?
Yep.
Is even more prevalent now?
Right.
Living witness to it.
Placement. Yeah, I always used to tell Tori, like, because it's a lot of stuff in Leviticus too. And it'll but then you get to
there, so I'm so glad you mentioned it.
But then you get to church and they're having a big fundraiser and they're serving pork fatback and
let me help you.
Right, and then
right there in the building.
It's good.
Okay, so pause, my brother.
No, baby, the Old Testament don't matter. We
threw out the Old Testament.
Jesus came and erased all of that. Jesus came and erased all the Old Testament. You gotta listen to
Who should sacrifice himself
He
for
didn't
that?
throw everything away out of that Old Testament.
No, he did not at all. I'm just saying
Here we go. Let's keep this in mind.
That's the
the
law.
educator to the
operation.
educatee. That's what we talk about. The educator to the educatee. Yeah,
Right.
they don't know. When he came, he neglected all of that. That's
No, he didn't.
No,
And
he
he
said
told
all you
me
gotta
that-
do is love somebody as you
trying to
love
take away
yourself.
nothing.
And
But he didn't say you have to read, you have to actually read the scriptures and you'll know that those people are just speaking nonsense.
Right. That's the whole thing. Most people don't read.
Oh my
so that's
goodness.
the
I'm so
problem.
glad that you all are saying this, because since we have these other few moments in time, let's do this real quick so that we can get this ultimate clarity of that there had to be some idea, quote unquote, of renegotiation of Moses / Aaron with the Creator. However, remember they lived for hundreds of years back then, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's clear to know that the book of Leviticus didn't come right behind Genesis because it's not the second book. It's the third book. And it's safe to say, in all due respect, it took a couple of other 100 years for that to be received. Is that fair enough? I don't want to put an exact number on it.
It was
None
it
of
was
us was there.
It was a recalibration, quite potential.
Right. Okay, so now, real quick, since you mentioned the book of Leviticus, because I know exactly where you was going in reference to the dietary law, let's just jump right to Leviticus chapter 11, verse 1, down to about verse 16.
Okay.
When you get it, please read.
I'm gonna have to go grab my mom's Bible. Probably be easy.
However you want to do it, my brother. Safe to say, me and my wife have already done this, and this is why we're able to help, especially the seniors, make a change in their diet because they, quote unquote, have been locked into the pre-program prior to us, right? However, we've been able to help seniors get out of their ailments in a faster manner than the young folks.
And if you guys don't answer this now, but how do those people live to be 110 who eat fat back? There's some, y'all know him, they're in the South. He's 120 years old and he's just been eating.
Well, not even
You're
just
right.
moderation.
You're right.
I was about to say, not even just moderation. It's just they will eat from the earth. And the stuff that they had 100 years ago was way more pure than what we got now. They doing every,
It was Whole Foods and they worked. It means physically worked. They didn't sit down at a desk.
Right. However, within today's time, unfortunately,
we sitting down for 8-10 hours, most of us.
Yeah, everything is a lot more sedentary now. And and also too, if we're honest, like some of those people, they ain't live without ailments. They might have lived long, but the quality of life we talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because behind closed doors, remember, we didn't always see Big Mama and Big Papa with swollen ankles and swollen arms and swollen hands and swollen wrists and how much they had to fight through because
our community, we think getting your big toe cut off because of diabetes is a rite of passage. We think that's normal. Gout. We think gout is normal. I'm like, man, that's not. Yeah. All right, but Monique said Kadeem, teacher, because then she changed it to Kaseem. So let's go ahead with Leviticus. Big ups, Monique. The Lord said to Moses, wait, which one? You said 11 what?
Leviticus chapter 1.
I mean chapter 11.
Leviticus chapter 11. We can start at verse 1 and just quickly run down, because I know our time is running short, but quickly run down through 1 to about 20. And we're not going to do it with no interruption. We're just going to listen. However, we know what we just read in Genesis chapter 129 that more than likely existed 300 years before what you're about to read.
But I want to say this was all a law for the children of Israel.
Right.
Keep speaking. Go ahead.
Just so y'all know.
Well, so it was only
we had
us.
that. We had.
Let's not forget, it was only us.
Well, we ran that video with the brother Muhammad, and he was saying, white folks, do anything because I don't think these laws necessarily apply to them. And then we're following laws that they made. But let me go ahead and
again, watch this. Even in all due respect to my Muslim brothers and whomever else that follows along, Abraham wasn't born yet. And Abraham is the grandfather of Muhammad.
Abraham. Yeah. He was wasn't that Jacob's brother?
He was the father of
however you want
major
to
religions.
semantically use the term to express it.
He was the father of the three major religions.
The third great grandson of Abraham.
Okay.
So let's keep in mind, what came first? And again, what did we say to start this whole thing? Order of operation of obedience to avoid ignorance.
But what you're saying is correct when you say that these were a set of laws for the children of Israel, which is why we probably are judged the most harsh, because we got direct contact with the Most High, and then all these other people doing this stuff, and we're always trying to, what y'all doing over there? That ain't, come on, like we gonna talk about what's
because it's already written for you. So whenever you're ready, Leviticus 11.
All right, let's do it.
1 through 20, 26. Go ahead. Just go ahead and hit it.
The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, say to the Israelites, of all the animals that live on the land, these are the ones you may eat. You may eat any animal that has a divided hoof and that chews the cud.
Right.
There are some that only chew the cud or only have a divided hoof, but you must not eat them. The camel. I never had some camel jerky.
Well,
get a camel sandwich, Joe. Joe, man, they got them
I don't know about that. You know what I mean?
Man, Joe.
Come on, man.
All right, my bad. The camel, though it chews the cud, does not have a divided hoof. It is ceremonially unclean for you.
Yeah.
The hyrax, though it chews the cud, does not have a divided hoof. It is unclean for you. The rabbit, though it chews the cud, does not have a divided hoof. It's unclean for you. You know, a lot of people eat rabbit, not black folks that are really.
Man, let me tell you something. I grew up eating deer. They used to go hunting. I'm trying to tell you. I come from people from down south. They used to go hunting, bring a whole piece of the deer in. Rabbit.
That's venison. Right. That's venison.
Raccoon.
I got a frat brother named Venison. You know what I mean?
Don't even want to talk about it.
Come on, brother.
Go ahead. Venison Hobbs.
Let's go.
All right.
Get his people this word. Let's go.
And
all right. So, and the pig, and he's not talking about 12. And the pig, though it has a divided hoof, does not chew the cud. It is unclean for you. You must not eat their meat or even touch their carcasses. They are unclean for you. Of all the creatures living in the water, the seas, and the streams, you may eat any that have fins and scales, but all creatures in the seas or streams that do not have fins and scales, whether among all the swarming things or among all the other living creatures in the water, you are to regard as unclean. And since you are to regard them as unclean, you must not eat their meat. You must regard their carcasses as unclean. Anything living in the water that does not have fins and scales is to be regarded as unclean to you. These are the birds you are to regard as unclean and not eat, because they are unclean. The eagle, the vulture, the black vulture, the red kite, and any kind of black kite, and any kind of raven, the horned owl, the screech owl, the gull, and any kind of hawk, the little owl, the cormorant, the great owl, the white owl, the desert owl, the osprey, the stork, and any kind of heron. You should hear that. Heron is right there in the Bible.
Come on.
The hoopoe and the bat.
Okay.
This is 20. All flying insects that walk on all fours are to be regarded as unclean by you. There are, however, some flying insects that walk on all fours that you may eat. Those that have jointed legs for hopping on the ground. Locusts.
Grasshopper. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Of these, you may eat any kind of locust, katydid, cricket, or grasshopper. But all other flying insects that have 4 legs you are to regard as unclean. You will make yourselves unclean by these. Whoever touches their carcasses will be unclean until evening. That could be death. I'm not a metaphorist. Whoever picks up one of their carcasses must wash their clothes, and they will be unclean till evening. There you go.
Okay.
There's more.
So pause.
Yeah.
Real quick. So now, it is safe to say, now after you clearly seeing where the original law started in Genesis 1:29, this is clearly Moses and Aaron's renegotiation with the Creator. Why? Because they've been seeing all of these other creations that the creator provided the world, right? And they're like, hey, Pops, man, they over there doing this. Can you
They over there eating crickets.
Yeah,
right? What can we do?
Can you help me to be able to do something too, or to give them more guidance of what not to do? Well, in all due respect,
He told you already.
he already told you.
But
chapter 129 made it clear. So I need for everyone to ever who comes across this, do not look at this as quote unquote a contradiction. It is not a contradiction. This is a request of renegotiation in reference to the things that we as humans encounter within Earth. And this was a request. Because I don't want no one to feel as if like the Sanctuary of Chicago is snatching your foundation from out under you. No. What we are doing is reapplying the foundation for you to do what clearly you have a choice to do through this guide of free will. You can stay where the original law is of obedience, or you can go over here. However, let's keep in mind, disease and ailments and all of that did not come into the earth until Leviticus 11. It
You
did
eat
not
that cricket,
exist.
your stomach might hurt, but
You understand what I'm saying?
It won't
did
kill
not
you.
exist
Yeah.
in Genesis 1:29, because show me one individual who ever died from an ailment eating herbs and fruits.
I lived like that for about 12 years and never got
hard pressed trying to provide and produce that.
I never got sick. I did it for like close to that for like 12 years and wasn't, I mean, a lot of stuff for like we say, I got a cold, I got a flu.
Yep.
A lot of that stuff is just something you ate.
It is going through your
My
system,
brother,
trying to come out.
let's recognize then how dialing back will eliminate all of these issues and putting earth back in you, because last time I checked, we all are from the earth, correct?
Yes. So we're
So
returned to the earth.
how along the way did we get so duped to not continue to put earth in an earthly body? Put something that's other than earth into your earthly body, and when you would be having the opportunity to do it, you would shy away from it and love to go and have this soul food or this synthetic food.
Indoctrination.
Talking self-love. I love how you
Education.
I love how you jump in right there to help
Indoctrination.
just
Hey,
tell
big ups.
people where I don't
Big
have
ups.
to, quote unquote, jeopardize our brand.
No, jeopardize. Oh yeah, don't jeopardize your brand. Yeah, but jeopardize ours. Big up Sharuka Israel's in the building. So I want to ask y'all, would you say that what you do? Because I know it's not Aisha. How do you say your name
Aisha.
again?
Aisha.
Aisha said she kind of chose her, this lifestyle. Is this a gift? Like some people say Michael Jordan was born to hoop, or like Self said he's a empath. But I don't know if you started like that, if it happened to when you went to the other side. And so I'm asking you guys, is the medicine man a gift, or can anybody be taught, hey, you mix this with this and that, and you can make everybody better?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna tell you this, because I can get some good downloads from above. And I know it's not like I haven't seen anybody do that like that. I think it's a gift. I feel like it's a gift. because we can go right to what we need and mix some things together, and people are better if they follow the right kind of diet. Now, I ain't gonna tell you you're gonna take some herbs and everything gonna be all right. Nope. It has to first of all become a thought that, hey, I'm gonna be better, and here's how I'm gonna be better, right? And then you have to embody that by doing what you need to do, putting the right things inside of your body. But yeah, I really believe it's a gift, because you have to make people, go and believe that. You know what I'm saying? You have to give them right information so that they believe that they can, you can be healed through this. I've talked to people, and I'm still currently, talking to people that tell me, oh, well, I have this condition. They said it'll never be reversed. You can't reverse this. I'm like, you talking to somebody that did. So what are we talking about? I'm a living testimony of you can reverse whatever you had. I had everything. I had everything that a weird diet can give you. And if you just turn it around, like you say, put the earth back in, then, and it's not gonna happen overnight.
Facts.
You know what I mean? You can't just think you're gonna do it for a week. Oh, if you think about do this for a week, it'll be all right. No, I don't lie to people like that.
Yeah, it sounds like you're a vessel.
Yeah.
You've been chosen or selected to be a vessel. So you can have that experience. It's like somebody who's from the street who's now, quote unquote, turned their life around, has more cachet when he's on the block saying, hey, look, man, that ain't the way to move out here,
right?
As opposed to somebody who's never been from the street and they're coming around with their suits on saying, hey, we're going to do this and that. It's a little bit of both, but
and the more severe your issues you got going on, the more dedicated you have to be to get out of the situation.
It is.
I'm gonna support all of that and say this as well, because this is one thing that we stand on here at Essential Herb Chicago. We are the protectors of the Father's products, meaning nature. Do not allow no one to defame the Father's products, meaning we will love you from afar and call it what it is, because this is still a business. We will not sell you nothing when we clearly detect that you are not going to follow the instructions to remove what your problem is. So I need for you to understand that part, as well as being chosen by the Father to do this. Yeah, you follow me? Meaning, yes, we have told people, no, I don't think that I can help you. Because not only, quote unquote, are we protecting the Father's products, we have to protect our brand too.
The Father's brand, if you will.
Right. That's who gave it to us.
That's my point. So within that respect, yes, being chosen, this is a chosen path, because the average person is not going to wake up and say, you know what? The Father just gave me a beam to get rid of the C word. The Father just gave me a beam to get rid of the word. The Father just gave me a beam to get rid of the sick word, cell word,
right?
And or heart congestion, failure, and or kidney issue.
Man, they said your boy Sebi had a cue for the hairpiece.
Okay,
listen,
hairpiece. The hairpiece.
Herpes.
Over here,
herpes.
Yeah. You understand?
Herpes.
You look good like that.
Look. Hey, look, I'm gonna hit you with this. But bandana oil is one thing that Stevie stood on for that part, brother Self.
There you go. There you go.
Now I'm gonna tell you this.
I don't know nothing about having that, so I'm just saying.
Such as this thing that they call a loss of memory, the A word and or either the D word within that.
Yeah.
Nah, watch this. Say be clear. All of it is mucus based.
Yeah.
You're changing of your diet and put the minerals in to put things back into order. because one thing is definitely for sure. Let's really get on this part. Calcification of the cellular structure.
Yes.
Okay? Calcification of the cellular structure will break you down before anything. And the proliferation of deteriorating of the colon will break you down and create everything that it is that you do not want to have to go through.
Man, I know people, I don't eat salad. You know, they just sit there and eat
Oh
meat.
no,
They don't even,
I had
yeah, they sit there and sit and they look at you like you're crazy.
I had somebody with a condition tell me that they're, like I said, that they couldn't
Don't
be
eat vegetables.
And then I said, did you ever eat your fruits and vegetables? No, I was heavy on the tequila and I eat a lot of meat. What? What are we talking about then? How do you know that you can't, like, I was heavy on the tequila and I was eating meat?
I gotta have my bacon.
Gotta have my bacon. Hey, the
You
old
know,
slab.
hey, I can give up everything else, but that bacon.
Right?
You know how much salt. You know how much salt is in that pork
Come on, Phil.
I ain't had no salt, but I had 20 pieces of bacon for breakfast this morning.
Right.
But I ain't had
Come
no
on,
salt
y'all.
all day.
Come on, y'all.
Right,
Come
right.
on. Let's help these people to understand that what is truly the biggest drugs on the planet.
And we ain't gonna make
Sugar and salt.
It's not smoking and
Sugar and
it's
salt.
not drinking.
Sugar
It's
and salt.
Food, salt, sugar, synthetic food, period.
Yep.
And it's hilarious about this part. Let's go ahead and get this other elephant in the room out the question.
Yeah, let's get
all
it.
of you
Man,
pastors,
all the pharmaceuticals
come
pump
on,
all
all
this.
your
They pay
pastors
for the
will
food
sit
part so
here
they can
and
feed
force
you.
down your throat what?
Man.
You're out here smoking. You're out here drinking. You're out here not giving yourself to the Lord. Huh. You didn't go ahead and make Jesus your Lord, Savior, Christ. Huh. You didn't.
Are your thighs tingling? Are your thighs
But
tingling?
guess
You
what?
got
They are
shingles, and we can
not
give you a
going to
pill.
go to Genesis chapter 129 and say that part.
Herbs is all you need for meat for you.
Right? No, because
You
they
just
not
need
Because
that's what
guess
you're
what?
supposed to eat. It's
Pastor
got
is looking like
seeds
this.
and it grows on the tree.
Your
And that's
pastor
what it
got a
needs
gut
to
that
be.
looks like this, like a round ball, then created himself. And standing next to either one of y'all will probably be the number 10. Let's talk about it.
Well,
Let's talk about it.
Now we are, and this is fantastic. Yeah, no, this is
No,
we're not here to shame people.
We
Okay,
just
No.
here to clear the air.
The reason why is because everybody gets to that point in their own time, right?
Mhm.
So we don't want to make it seem like we all so spiritual up here and everything. Like we understand that it's steps that need to be taken. Like I said, from a little girl, we've done nothing but holistic, right? And then I'm out here in the world after I think I get a little grown, and then I'm doing what I want to do, mess my whole person up. Y'all hear what I'm saying? So we go through levels of life where, you know, we get awakened a little bit more. And so we ain't gonna talk about them people like they won't get awakened. They will if they want to. And it's okay.
It is
fair. That's very fair. No, that's I definitely received that.
I'm only speaking about mainly those that are quote unquote delivering the word, and they purposefully dance around what it is that we are talking about.
That's right. And they can't discern, from when I'm just talking shit. Versus,
They delivering their word. That's what it is. That's the problem.
Pillars in the community. Am I correct?
Right.
They're supposed to
Yeah,
be.
but they still are, you know.
No. So
they're still
They're
men.
dealing their word, which
They're
ain't
still human.
Not like my wife saying that we're calling anyone in particularly out. That's not what we're doing, and we don't do that. However, one thing is for sure, being the protectors of the Father's products, and when these per se men and or women of the cloth do not protect and preach what the Father gave us to do as obedience, that's when then someone has to step up and respectfully have a conversation with them, is what I'm saying.
Man, they used
I'm
to
not
kick
here
me
to
out the
attack
church when I was a
none-
little boy for that.
Exactly.
And it was my
I'm not
grandpa's
here-
church.
Facts. We're not here to attack no one.
Right.
However,
The
it's
truth is the
time
truth.
for us to, quote unquote, stop being always politically correct to allow the dissemination of purposefully dancing around what's already in the book for them to not continue to speak about and proliferate to the people. Because they know that, in all due respect, majority of us, well, not us, but and you all, majority of the parishioners in these pews every Saturday and or Sunday, whichever, yeah, we ain't gonna get into the Sabbath thing, but however, whichever day that you go, quote unquote, to receive this word, and you clearly are not still making that the main part of the word, because last time I checked, every church is going to close without no parishioners. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what keeps them able to come? Their health. Correct?
Right.
So then how is it not still our charged task to ensure that our quote unquote pillars of the community are doing just by the people?
Right.
Somebody got to make sure that these people are standing on, I don't want to say it in that light either, but it's what it is.
Well,
Stand
that's
on a
what the-
square, stand on a cipher, however you want to put it. I'm not
Well,
trying
that's
to
what they
do
say,
no codes or nothing with that either. I'm just saying to
But that's what
stand
they-
up and respect, meaning if you're going to be this of the cloth, tell the whole story.
Well, that's
Stop
what they
picking
that's
and
what they say.
choosing.
That's what they say Yahusha was doing.
Say that again.
That's what they say Yahusha, Jesus, as we know.
That's true. Yeah.
He was doing which part?
And
All of that.
exposing them.
Oh,
and
right,
telling the truth.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Absolutely.
Holding
I
them to
mean-
the Father's standard.
That's what I was about
Yeah.
to say, because they would like to say, oh, he's loving, oh, he's kind, oh, he's compassionate. You know, I'm talking about Jesus that was turning over tables.
Well, but see,
Exposing
compassion,
folk.
but compassion, you know, and I
It
like,
is.
I like.
it was.
No, I love that
But-
I love that you said it. In the mindset of a parent, you know, you could be compassionate. Oh yeah, my son or daughter wants to eat ice cream and garbage all day, or you can be like the father or the mother. And the true compassion is, you know, you're going to get a little taste of that natural ice cream, but you're going to shove those vegetables down your throat if I don't shove them down your throat for you. But at school, they said this, I don't care what they're telling you at school. I'm going to put my foot in your ass because I don't want you to kill yourself and die. You know, and I think our Father does that. He knocks us off our path, have us eating garbage. Then we go to the doctor and they're like, oh God, you're going to die from a stroke. And then you say, man, I got to do better.
Yep.
So is that fair enough to say as well that, again, I just have to relate to some of these things that have been misinterpreted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, the story, according to the allegory of Moses freeing the people, right? Self-love. Remember, we had to talk about this over at Uncle Ron's real quick, and that's what even made self-love, I think, want to have us on the show, because one of my other brothers and our other brother, self-love brothers, Coop.
Gamal, brother Gamal, he's been on the show.
Gamal.
Oh, yeah,
Hey,
he's been on the show.
That's one of my brothers, okay? Right? One thing is for sure, that when the story of Moses fleeing the people from Pharaoh, right?
Right, let my
keep in
people go.
mind. All right, here we go. 40 years in a desert. 40 years in a desert.
Manna.
Manna.
Let's talk about what truly manna truly is and was at the time versus
well, the ones in the
the
Aganoskis in the Middle East right now are saying manna is pita. But go ahead, pita bread.
Okay, pita is what? Pita is what? Come on. Bread.
Yeah, it's pita bread. Yeah.
Okay, so pause. Can we put some sensibility to that? Being in the desert and our Father, the Creator, loves us beyond, and He's going to rain down bread in a desert to the people. Okay, so in all due respect, the story, when you really get into it, it clearly tells you that Moses summoned the strongest men and soldiers that were there, and for them to dig. And that's where the whole term of what? So it is above, so it is what?
Below.
Below. That means that Moses had the science for them to dig and find what? Water.
Yeah,
Am I correct?
Like the elephants can do.
Okay. So what do you find even in a desert when you dig down and find water? Do you find bread or do you find plants in the water?
Yeah, well, yeah, and I never agreed. I never agreed that manna was bread. I don't think anybody ever really said what manna was. They just said manna, right? Was it right?
I'm telling you, though, in all due respect, I asked for some sensibility in this part of the conversation. So again, when you dig down and you get to water in a desert, which is pretty much a dry part of an ocean, what do you find?
Minerals.
Water. First, then plants, which encompass the minerals that they rub up against the rocks to provide the minerals as well. Am I correct?
Am
I correct? This is just natural.
I'm hearing you.
The earth. You don't even have to be biased because this is what it is. Right?
So essentially you're saying the manna came from under the ground.
Thank you.
And it was vegetables.
No, I didn't say vegetables. I said it's a plant.
Plants. Well, yeah. I mean,
no. Like if we're gonna talk about it, I want to.
That's true.
Correctly.
That is true.
Okay.
Now I want to ask you though. In Genesis, it said something about I shouldn't be eating grass. Now, is this the same?
You just read chapter 129.
I thought
Let me say it. Show me in Genesis.
No, it didn't.
Well,
I thought it said something about grass.
It just told you that every herb and every tree bearing a seed will be your.
And then after that, didn't it say something about the grass was for the animals?
Yeah, it said the grass is for the animals. So what I'm asking is what grass is that referring to? Is this like I can't eat greens?
That's grass that is amongst on the surface, if that's the case. Because I'm still waiting for you to give me the scripture on that. Because even if that scripture is whether misquoted or not, guess what, my brother? It came after chapter 129. So remember, we're still
I think what Self said was right. It was
operation to avoid what? Disobedience, so that we are not ignorant. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, so henceforth, here we go again. Watch this. So even if you attempt to use that verse, within all due respect, within a desert, remember, Pharaoh had all of the oases blocked and waiting for any of the people to come up out of hiding to either kill them or put them back into bondage, correct?
Correct.
So obviously they couldn't go to none of the water ports. Am I correct?
Yeah.
They had to rely on each other. Am I correct?
I'm looking up this.
That's fine.
So it was Genesis 29, but what was the part about the animals?
No. Chapter 129 was directed to man.
Right.
Verse 30
and
is
30
to the animals.
Yeah, it's verse 30 where it said the grass for the animals or what have you.
And it just told the animals what they're supposed to eat, which they do far better than we do.
Yeah, no, you and this is, I'm glad we did this. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so.
Thank you.
Right.
Done.
So what happened was, I did quote the earlier I read, it wasn't from the King James. So this is where the semantics and the terminology gets involved.
Okay. Well, in all due respect, whether you read it from King James, whether you read it from the Torah, whether you read it from the Ethiopian Bible, whether you read it from any version, guess what? That is synonymous in all of them.
Yeah, and you mentioned the word a church's pew, and I never thought about the etymology of that word.
However, wait. I want you to still stay focused on the part of Moses and how throughout, unfortunately, the way that story is delivered in reference to Moses freeing the people from Pharaoh.
Right.
Safe to say, without a question, again, what is the most important thing that should be taught in that story? What did they eat for 40 years?
Yeah.
That is the most important thing. Because how you gonna stay alive? Because remember, that's the 12 tribes. That's us, according to the story. And guaranteed this, if they didn't make it, 3/4 of the population right now, more than likely me, you, my wife, Self, and all our other family members, we wouldn't even be here if they obviously didn't make it through that part of the passage.
Yeah, that's interesting. That is interesting. Because
exactly. However, in all due respect, like I say again, back to these people of the cloth, supposedly, that, in my opinion, selfishly do not focus on what's important because their own selfish agenda of what they want to consume, right, is not a goal, is not following along to the obedience that Genesis 1:29 clearly say. They are quick to run to Leviticus 11 and they're quick to run to Timothy 2. Now we can get to Timothy 2 later, but I really don't think we need to.
Doctrination.
Yeah, they sold out.
You go again, Self. Peace, God. So again, that's what I'm saying. We don't even need to get to Timothy 2 because that's in the New Testament and that's thousands of years later. Let's deal with how even the people in the New Testament were able to even be here because what? Those people that were in that desert for 40 years figured out how to stay alive. Right. And that manna, watch this, is seaweed, which is AKA sea moss, which is what we do. It's sent you out of Chicago. And by the way, we got the best whip on the planet. My wife right here is the curator of all sea moss. By the way, just saying.
That's interesting, manna.
So let's get to that.
I've always wondered what manna was. That's
we always
seaweed. It is not bread. It is not bread. You find me one person that's going to exist on bread in a desert. Come on, man. Ain't nothing new under the sun.
You're going to need a lot of water.
There might be some beings.
You're going to need a lot of what?
They're not man, and
woman. Exactly. How you going to get
there's some beings that
a whole bunch
might,
of bread? Bread ain't going to be able to give you the nutrients to dig down hundreds of feet to get to the water through the sand. Bread is not going to give you that.
You know, some of these beings that were created are, you know, they don't have to have a lot of nutrients. They are, you know, these pink
Brother, we're talking
things.
about the beings that was in Moses's time. Those beings were as of us, just at a better refinement because they lived longer and they were eating correctly. Let's be clear. Come on now. We're not talking about the
No,
beings
there
before
wasn't
Moses,
no
because if
fat
we
back
talk about the
and none
beings
of
before
that.
Moses, they only ate one time, according to what? The circadian calendar at the sun at the peak at 12 o'clock, and they only ate what Genesis 1 and 29 said.
And they didn't eat every day.
Right. So again, those people are before Moses. That, you know, again, we're going to yield to getting into that conversation because what it
some of
is
them
right
stories,
now,
I think,
we know that the people that's tuning in right now, they can go to quote unquote their books and pull it up and have a reference. We want them to be able to use their own knowledge and information that they can pull up and guide themselves and still dial back to the truth. That's where we're trying to stay at. And of course, we can go there in another interview maybe, but for right now, it's easier. And in all due respect, it's respectful for us to make sure that the people that will dial this episode back, they will have something to clearly just go and pick up and open up.
Mm-hmm. They got a reference point
and read.
References.
Correct.
So let me do this, because we definitely would absolutely love to have you back. You can pull up anytime. But let me we got some esoteric questions I want to get to you. And then right at the very end to you both. There's a point where, you know, because I know you still got some summary on the, you know, on the topic, and we'll give that. But let's shoot through this esoteric questions really quick. So if you guys can both go on this thought experiment with me. All right. Ride this wave.
Let's go.
Well, first, self-love. All right. Tori has created a time machine. Okay. And if you guys, you know, go back in time, wherever you were living, whether it was the hundreds or on the low end or wherever, and it's your 9th birthday. So you literally sitting at the kitchen table. For you kids out there, we used to have kitchen tables back in the day.
Right.
Right. And they got the, you know, and they got the cake on there with the candles. Yes. And they say to you, make a wish and blow out the candle. And you say, I want to meet my adult self as you are now. That's what your wish is. So you blow the candle, time suspends an animation, and you're now whisked back to your young you, and none of your family can see you. What advice are you going to tell your 9-year-old self? And I definitely wonder what my 9-year-old self would tell me. I'm gonna think about that later, but go ahead.
That's power right there, brother.
Ain't that power?
Again, I'm gonna defer to my wife first, because I need my queen to speak on that first for all of the ladies out here.
Man, that's a hard one, but I would say probably to my 9-year-old self, to try to educate yourself as you go along, as your person is maturing. Dig deeper than what you're being told. Okay. But always keep the Most High at the forefront. Okay. Always keep those laws and statutes at the forefront the best you can. And we know we're human, but don't veer too far off from that. And I'm just gonna leave it at that right there. To just keep educating yourself, but also try to keep those precepts that the Most High gave to us.
All right, brother.
Well, that was a mouthful. Great job, baby.
It's gonna be hard to come behind that.
Yeah. As they say, you don't want to come behind Busta Rhymes. So I really don't want to come behind my wife outside of supporting everything that she just said right there. My 9-year-old self would definitely love to receive from the adult Kaseem, read, educate, as they say, take things in with a grain of salt, make your own determinations, keep the creative first, as she said, and change your diet now.
Right. Right.
What you say? Only eat one piece of that cake, if any.
Right. Yes. So I'm in total support of what my wife just said there, because that I believe that the way that she put that, it really encompasses everything. You know what I'm saying? And knowing how much I know that my wife loves her family, loves our babies, our family, and any and everyone who support us within you all as well too. Hey, keeping the creative first will always be the forefront of any and all of it. And everything else, if it's not meant to be in place, you'll be all right with whatever that is not in those quote unquote spaces, as long as the creator is right there in front, because the creator is going to fill all of those spaces.
Right.
All right. So recommend a book to the Self Love Nation. Could be any book. Any book.
Well, since we're talking essential herbs.
Yes, I agree. Come on.
What is that? Is it Return to Eden?
I heard about this book, Self. I think
Look at
somebody.
that. Return to Eden. It's
Yep.
an old book.
Great book.
But man, you talking about healing? You talking about healing yourself, or look, Return to Eden.
I agree.
If we're talking about essential herbs right now.
Yes. I agree with that. And to support that, even on a more pinpoint and laser focus, I got to give it to Dr. Sebi in reference to his mini books that he did, which at the end of the day is an alkaline lifestyle. Will move everything out of the way that is not supposed to be there within you internally. An alkaline lifestyle is what we were when we were born. We're all born alkaline individuals. And unfortunately, because of society and where we are, we de-alkaline our bodies. Okay? Because it's safe to say that I'm pretty sure we all remember, well, we're of the age, because some of these kids may not remember, they never even had shag rugs in their house, and or either TVs that had the static on it. And you remember that you do that, you shock yourself, right? So that's clearly to show you that you are an electrical conduit. All right, you are a natural electrical current, right? Well, guess what happens? Just as when you de-alkaline your body, that electricity is gone. And those ailments that everyone has been dealing with, they only come about because you have de-alkalined your body. Ailments cannot exist in an alkaline state, period, point blank. It's impossible. When they say never say never, no, I can say never too. If in fact you choose to re-alkaline and regalvanize your body to an alkaline state, like you said, my brother, you'll never be sick. You'll never receive an ailment ever in your life. So Dr. Sebi's blueprint of alkaline cell food therapy list. There we go.
So that's the name of the book. What's the name of Dr.
No. It's not even a book. It's not even a book. It's his blueprint that he left behind for us to know what to eat. I'm gonna say it one more time. Dr. Sebi's Cell Food Therapy list.
Okay. Okay.
That's all the
All right.
people got to look up.
And
Dr.
read.
Sebi's Cell Food Therapy list.
Okay. All right. So recommend a Black-owned restaurant.
Well, if we are talking about Chicago, okay,
And
Yeah, anywhere, but yeah,
right?
anywhere.
So let's do.
There we go.
Conscious Plates. Conscious Plates is right off of 63rd Street in Chicago, right off Cottage Grove.
Mm.
Conscious Plates.
Conscious place. You had that, Self?
Conscious Plates.
Tori's been to almost every place somebody suggests. You had that, Self?
I've seen it. I've not been there. So.
Okay.
It's delicious.
It's delicious. Go check it out. Now, in all due respect, in reality, y'all, don't bug on us, because this is how we must still relate to our people. Our products are listed or being housed right now at Authentic Soul Food Kitchen.
Hey, all right.
306 East 75th Street.
There we go. And you can
Now,
get you can get you some essential herb Chicago products right there.
exactly. So in other words, let's
I
call
didn't
it
know
what
that.
it is.
I had no
Get in
idea.
there, you know,
Yeah.
you gonna live, right? We gonna be
I
honest.
drive right down there. I mean, I
There
live
we
in
go.
South Shore. I'm
So-
in South Shore right now.
There we go.
Oh, actually, I'm not.
You're
I'm
in the
my
studio
lab.
right now.
No,
Don't you know
no,
where
I'm
you
in my
are?
studio, but normally I'd be at home, and I got carried
South Shore.
away.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Wait a minute, where am I here?
306 East 75th Street.
Wow.
Authentic Soul
You
Food
said-
Cooking. Right
said
down the
what?
street from
Yeah, 306.
Brown Sugar Bakery,
Yeah.
across the street from Limbs,
Yes.
you know, whatnot. You
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
At
limbs.
all.
Limbs
Hey,
where you
right
can
over
Exactly.
Hey, it's
Limbs
all
had
black
that
business,
hot
like
link.
you
Right
said,
there by
right?
the
Hot
We
link.
ain't gonna hate. We ain't gonna hate on no black business at all. Because remember, what did we say again? You have a choice.
You do.
You have a choice.
Hey,
So
this the
guess
Self
what?
Love Show, so you
owner,
got to show yourself love
proprietor
for
of this
yourself.
business decided within himself, he was like, you know what, Kaseem, I'm gonna give you guys a chance to put your products in a store that is quote unquote completely opposite of what we do, because you know why? The people need to have a choice, so they can
That's right.
get your soul
They need
food.
the opportunity. They need to have the
Exactly,
availability.
to then see what it is that we do can
Absolutely.
wash out what you put in.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's where it starts at. Look, many people are not going to quote unquote jump into the, as they say, cold turkey and just cut everything and jump right into an alkaline lifestyle. They're not gonna do it. It's just reality. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
However, when you now have a choice to say, man, I can get me some greens, which is always a good thing for you. I can get me some sweet potatoes, which is, you know, I can get me some mac and cheese. I can get me a turkey leg, or I can get me some grilled salmon, and then turn around and see the refrigerator where Essential Herb Chicago is posted at. And they like, man, I heard about this sea moss. I never tried it. But now they have the option. It's right there for them to open the fridge, get their bottle, digitally pay, and or either go up to the counter and pay for it.
Right there.
Now,
Well, what I'm gonna need y'all to do, you and your lovely wife go out there. Listen to me. You and your lovely wife go out there, set up a booth with some nice, pretty stuff, and give the people samples
Oh,
of
we
the
did
product.
that.
That's in
Oh,
there.
no. Watch this. Unfortunately, like me and Self still cross paths after the summer. We was out there at least four different times throughout the
Nice.
summer.
And
doing
how did the people receive it? You
Oh,
know,
they
like,
received it. Watch this,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, that's what's
I
up.
told Self I'm also a DJ, right? You see that? You see that?
You
Spin
DJ,
Brothers
you DJ
45,
Abatala? Ain't that
45.
DJ
Yeah. So at the end of
Abtabala?
the day, watch this. I'm out front DJing, my wife right next to me. We got the booth set up where we got
Yeah.
people know that we got good soul music, good R&B, good classic hip hop, and then you got your CMOS.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
You got
Yeah.
wet and dry teas, we got tinctures, and we also have capsules as well too, because quote unquote, some people they say We don't like the fishiness of sea moss. Well, mainly they say that, in all due respect, and there's no knock to nobody else who does sea moss. They ain't had my wife sea moss. Ain't no fishy. Because
You
she knows
know,
clean it properly.
your
to
wife,
make sure that when you eat this, you don't have to duck the taste of it. You run to the taste versus some people say, well, I put it in my tea or I put it in
right,
my, which is
right.
still good because as long as you get it in,
But
should
I
we
know what you're
really be
saying. It's like
ridiculous?
those, yeah. But you don't want that to be associated with. I just mix it, so I
Exactly.
don't like it.
Exactly. That's my point. So
And
I
it makes
still
my
like
coffee worse than it was. And
yes.
yeah, I know what you're saying.
That's my point.
Yeah.
So again, that's why I have to say both. That our version of sea moss, brother, you get up inside our version, you like, man, I'm about to eat this whole jar. I ain't
See,
playing.
that sounds great.
Because remember, Sabi told you, you can never not have enough sea moss in your body because it's 92 essential minerals that you need. And here's the other beauty about what my wife figured out to do for the people as well. We added in bladderwrack, burdock, and soursop. So now not only are you getting 92 minerals, you're getting basically 115 minerals off jump. And if you know anything about soursop, it is a fighter of the C word. Okay?
Destroyer, actually.
Facts. Now
You know,
we have
and burdock also deals with parasites and such. So these contents
You know,
are very
you know,
essential.
we could fashion some sort of veggie type of fish sandwich off of sea moss if it naturally wants to have a fishy taste. You know what I'm saying? And blow up. I'm telling you, you know what I mean?
We could do that because you know what Sabi said? Sabi said, as long as you get it in, yes, depending on what else you put it in, you may have to, it's going to have to work harder. However, if you do these things in moderation, timing,
sea moss based fish sandwich. Come on, man.
Watch this. My little brother, if you guys ever you know, I know you did.
I saw him on the
right? My little brother, he's so he's so silly. My little brother said, hey dog, you need to create some sea moss sauce. Like
sea moss sauce sounds good.
That sounds perfection. I mean, that you need to go on even to really you know,
copyright it and
trademark it even.
Hey, and get Randy Moss and everybody else famous with the last name Moss.
There you go.
And hey, the moss sauce, not the moss sauce. Hey, but I want to ask you this one. Is there so now we're jumping into our yes and no segment. Is there a God?
Of course.
Have you ever seen anything supernatural?
Yes, you, me, Self Love, my wife. Don't God exist within us? So that makes us supernatural.
Amen. Amen.
That's so simple.
Amen.
What's next?
Have you ever seen a UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon, or UFO?
Yes.
Did human walk on the moon?
No.
Wow, emphatic. All right, now here's the thought experiment. Here's another thought experiment. This was called the magic box. Now imagine if Self Love had a magic box. All right.
Yes.
It's a singular. It's a box with a singular button, red button on the top of it. Now, God forbid that a person whom you would have the most difficulty living without contracted some sort of rare, and now you can't use your naturopath skills. All right.
Right.
Roll with me on this. All right. Had a rare and terminal painful illness. Okay. And all the king's men and all the best doctors said death was imminent. Now I know this goes against you guys' principles, but work with
it's like, how do you really
I know.
want to
I know. It's I probably
all right, come on, God body.
Now what if Self Love, he said to either of you, hey, all you gotta do is push that button on that box All you gotta do is push that button on that box, and your loved one would be 100% cured, out of pain, no more problems. But here we go. Here's the genie in that box. But a person whom you do not know, will never meet, would then suffer the exact same fate as your loved one. Now, remember, your great grandkids are listening. Everybody's listening. Do you push the button and answer?
No. And that's a very simple answer. Outside of, like you said, taking ourselves outside of our knowledge base and what we've been able to accomplish with multiple clients and removing ailments, right? Taking us outside of that. When it is our time, whether it is to be chosen to ascend and or either chosen to meet death, that's what the Creator has deemed. And we're going to honor and respect that no matter what. We would hope and think that we left behind enough blueprints / breadcrumbs for any and everyone else to make the same righteous decision when it comes to something like that.
Anything else is sorcery.
Anything else is selfish.
I'm just like, I can't do it.
That question is like 50-50. Some people say half, exactly down the line, say nope. Other ones say, I'll push that button before you finish telling me. Me and Self Love, we disagree on it. Like me personally, I wouldn't push it. And let me add to my soapbox of why not, Self. You never heard this part, because he just made me think of something.
Can I choose who?
No, and that's my point. No. And what if that person?
If I could choose,
no. And what I'm saying is, and what if that person was the next Dr. Sebi?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying?
So there you have it. So
and plus, you can't take one person for another. You just never know, like you said, what a
we can't swap life.
Right. You don't know what purpose that person is serving, and hey. If it's your time.
Take your medicine, whether it's naturopathic. Take your medicine. Go ahead, Self. Go ahead.
Well, I got a slightly different perspective, because on July 12, 2014, somebody hit me and ran me over with a car and basically killed me, and I was able to come back here to be back here. So
blessings.
Yes.
And my son was the same age that I was when my father passed, and it was a void that I could not let continue. So the Creator of all allowed me to still be here.
Right.
What's that got to do with you pushing the button or not? If your love,
because I've been on the other side, and it's not that bad. And if there's something I can do,
to change that,
and have some more experiences.
If you've been to the other side and it wasn't that bad, then why would you push the button? I'm just trying to understand you, brother.
Well, you leaving behind
more experience, and it's a simulation anyway.
He may be able to help others after he made that decision to better.
Well, that's true. That's true. What if his son was the next Dr. Sebi? That's very true.
Yes.
Hey.
Well, then that still means that guess what? He can teach another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, half the people say what Self say, like right away, and it makes me think I'm a sociopath. I'm like, maybe I don't understand what love is. You know what I mean? Because I tell my wife, I'm not pushing that button. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you say.
That's the whole thing. Me and this brother.
I get it. No. Now, like the way that Self explained that, I'm not changing my answer. However,
but you
understand my
answer. I can absorb now a different outlook, because I wasn't even in the capacity of being able to think like that until he shared that with us.
Yeah, and he said he, been to the other side. So that,
Exactly.
All right, so here we go, y'all, and we done. We just need a minute of y'all time. We're gonna play a game here.
Love y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Hey man, thank you, brothers.
Man, we know we ran past because
no, y'all ain't did nothing.
We got a long form platform.
Yeah, podcast for that reason.
We want to get it We want to get all of it.
Hey, look,
like we said, this for your lineage and my lineage. I want them to all experience all of this. You know what I mean? That's what it's for, because you know they got us all messed up. They talk about us like we ain't nothing, and we got a long.
They rewriting history. Thank you.
Thank you. And we're gonna document it so we can put it down.
Well, then here we go. Let's do this then. From us to you, Self Love. Thank you. 9 Mills. Thank you for this opportunity, for sharing your platform with us, for allowing Essential Herb Chicago to be broadcasted to the world so that they can know that, guess what? If there are people in your family and or yourselves immediately dealing with whatever the ailment may be, as long as it's not trauma, do not bring your broken neck or your shattered gut to us and looking for us to stitch you up. We ain't in that part.
I just took the first aid
bones
course.
and surgery.
Yeah, I just got my first aid.
Right.
Other than that, come on home.
Go throw up.
Hold it. As a person who's just got his first aid certification, what he's telling you is right. All right, go to the ER.
All right, we ain't on that. However, you dealing with some internal conditions that they quote unquote deemed as irreversible, uncurable, you can't get rid of, whatever you want to, or you got to live with for the rest of your life.
Can you get my pressure down and the black folks' sugar down? Go ahead, because you know those are big ones for us.
You better jump on that website and message us via email, which is the name of the company, essentialherbchicago@gmail.com. Hit up the website to chat with us, and or either, here's another thing, and I know y'all might be familiar with our other brothers. Culture Connection.
That's a dope name. Essential Herb, man.
Y'all
can, man. I hope y'all got that, because y'all, man, once you get your weed, your dispensary going, it all wound up.
Hey, but look, I got to give another shout out to our other, business brothers in faith as well, Culture Connection. Okay.
Big ups.
Yeah.
Now, watch this. We have partnered with them where they have what's called the
Culture 360.
Culture 360.
Yeah, Culture 360 right there on the
app.
Yeah.
And we are a part of that.
That's a blessing.
Where some of our products will be available through there. Consultations we have available, meal plans as well. We have available for you, where you can go to that app and also reach out to us. You can reach out to us again, of course.
Oh, hold on.
Website.
Man, I wish I was in Chicago, because I've been getting the meal plans. Who's cooking it?
Right here.
Look,
check it out.
Right here.
We don't
hundreds
of
people letting you know that what they're talking about is real, and they've helped a lot of people change their whole lives and their health, and made it clear that if you could make a different decision on what you put in your mouth, it could change your life forever.
Yes. So you are what you eat. Let's talk about, well, we ain't got to talk about that.
And the frequency of what you're eating, and the frequency of how many times you're putting it, how many times you're eating.
You don't have
things
to eat
like
no
this.
3 or 4 times, 5, 6
Right.
times,
Right.
and everything. You don't have
Right.
to. Your mouth does not always have to be chewing.
No.
Or drinking.
But if you were eating the proper vitamins and minerals, you wouldn't feel hungry like that.
Yeah, you won't need to.
Well, I'm just saying, the more you eat, the more you gotta digest, and it takes a lot of energy. And
that's where I was going, Brother Tori. Check it out.
It will shorten your life.
Yes.
So this is exactly where I was going, Brother Tor. Here you go. Do you really think that the Father made your digestive system to not take a break for your whole life? Do you think that the Father made your digestive system to work 24 hours a day, 365, including the leap year, 366, every single day of your life with no break? With no
white science. white science says it takes between 24 to 72 hours to digest a meal. So if you're eating 4 times a day, man.
Hey, that the whole diet, American diet, is for them. They're not the same
Correct.
species.
That's what we said.
We're not human. We're man.
Israel.
We're women. They're humans. I'm just sorry. I'm a wordsmith. I'm Tory Wordsmith, so I deal a lot with the words and what we deal with. So I mean, we're man. We're woman.
Yes,
they're human.
So let's speak on this as well, real quick. Hey,
they had a question.
Community, I know, real quick. Community of the Self Love Show, 9 mil supporters. Intermittent fasting until you can get to your point of being able to truly withdraw.
That guy.
Please,
that guy.
Y'all get into intermittent fasting.
Man. Yeah, no matter what you eat, start with that.
That's going on in your life.
Man, start with that because your body needs some time to heal.
Needs a little break.
Period. And digestion takes a whole lot of energy.
I know what you're saying. So it could be counterproductive if you're not eating the right stuff to produce enough energy to justify.
Yes.
Now, if you're spending more energy digesting food than the energy you're taking in, you're going to be working at a loss, which then your body starts compensating and saying, okay, well, he don't need no fresh blood in his brain. You know, and then all of a sudden,
if your body is working on digestion, it's not working on healing.
There we go. See?
Yeah.
Intermittent fasting, like the problem with hospitals is they bring you in and then they feed you 3 times a day or whatever it is, and your body needs to not eat so that it can heal. It don't need to be digestion. The whole system is messed up. That's why I say, like,
they force you to eat. They come around, he ain't eating. Give him some more pills.
Surgical, yeah, they
give
be
him
like,
more medicine.
We gonna feed them. That boss, hey boss, we gonna feed them. Let's feed them, feed them. Oh,
hey, listen,
let's feed them everything. All
listen.
this. Yep, I got all this stuff that sit up in here, and it's in packages, and got like 20 ingredients. I'm gonna feed them.
Okay.
Feed them. Feed them.
Hey, Tori, let me take it back. You know who you really sounded like saying that? Feed me, right?
Yeah.
Come on, Little Shop of Horrors. Seymour, feed me,
Seymour. Oh, that was my movie. I have to watch that. Hey, let's wrap this up because we can bring y'all back. We're gonna play this.
We going over.
Come on with it.
Yeah, we're gonna play this quick game. Now, this one's called the Self Love Arc. So what I'm gonna do, I don't know which one of you guys are gonna play, or you guys can blurt out answers together. That might be interesting. We never had the dual challenge, but I'm gonna give you a pair of items. For instance, it might be like Newports or Winston's, right? And you got a gun in your head, and you got to choose, or you could pass. Now listen, if you pass, you get up to 2 passes. I'm give you 13 items. You get up to 2 passes, more than 2 passes, you guys lose the game. Right? It's a verbal ink blotch test, so you got to be quick. The clock is going to be ticking here.
Okay.
All right, we're going to start the clock here. Here we go. Let me see if I forgot anything. Okay, yeah. Here we go. All right. Chicago South Side or West Side?
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
South side or West side?
That's the whole round.
Hold on.
Ticker's running.
South side or West side?
Wait, is my mic working? All right, is my mic working? Y'all getting me here?
No, wait a minute. I think
you hear me? I hear you.
Yeah, we good.
Okay,
All right.
we need to start over because they were,
All right, we're gonna start it. Here we go, y'all. Here we starting it out. South side or West side?
South side.
Uncle Remus, Harold's Chicken.
Pearls.
Uncle Remus.
Ooh, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James.
Kobe.
Michael Jordan.
Kobe? No.
Oh, I like that.
No, we don't even entertain the Michael Jordan and the GOAT conversation. We don't even entertain it. Kobe or LeBron?
Kobe.
All right, fair enough. Giordano's or Italian Fiesta?
Giordano's.
Dr. King or Malcolm X?
Malcolm X.
Oh, Surgeon General or Dr. Sebi?
Dr. Sebi.
Nas's Illmatic or Kanye's College Dropout album?
Oh.
Mm.
I want to go. I just want to be so faithful.
Chicago, let's go. Come on. Kanye. I love it.
All right. This is
love
good.
it.
Come on.
Here we go. Anarchy or tyranny?
Anarchy.
Yeah. So,
Oath-breaking pig or a carjacking member Pookie?
Pokey.
yeah.
Okay. Right.
B.I.G. or Tupac Shakur?
Bye.
All right. This one might not be for the lady, but chime in if you can. Justin Fields or Caleb Williams?
Justin Fields. I'm a skill keeper Chicago. Let's go.
All right now.
I'm a living down Chicago. Let's go.
All right now.
All right, we got two more. The Democrats or the Republicans?
Green Party. Pass.
Oh.
Cornell West. Just recently. Cornell West.
No, I don't even. I just passed that.
Pass.
All right, we got one pass. I enjoy the passes. I live for that. All right, here we go.
Yes.
Build a wall or open border systems?
Build
a wall.
All
You gotta
right.
take care of home first, bro.
Oh my God, that was
Take care of home first.
I think you guys had one that y'all didn't match, and that was on Uncle Remus and Harold's. That's interesting. Coming from two naturopaths, we probably don't eat it now, but that's
Right.
that would be grounds. That would be grounds for divorce in my family. I tell my you want to be starting something?
what?
You got to be. I'm not driving all the way out west to get you no Uncle
Right,
Remus.
right.
What do you mean?
Got a Harold's right there. Oh my God. We digress. But I did want they said build a wall. All right. Now I did want to thank you guys both so much. I know we take a lot of time away from you and your families and everything. And I'm gonna take it upon myself.
We was ready for the day, man. We was
Do
geared
y'all
up.
deliver to Cali? Can I order something and it come out
Yes,
here?
Yes.
All right,
We
all right.
deliver all throughout the country.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
so that's
Around
gonna
the
be my
world.
support.
Y'all.
Yeah, that's
I appreciate
but
it.
Got you. And you
any
know we gonna take care of you with some special
I don't want the
Look
special
He
treatment.
don't want no special.
No.
You won't
I
even know
got
I'm ordering.
Sappy and stuff.
Yeah, no. All right, but check it out, y'all. Check it out. Give me any big ups or any final words. Here's the time. Here's
Okay. Okay, come on, baby. Go ahead.
Since
Big
we
ups,
talking,
final words.
listen,
Come on.
since we talking about self-love,
Yes.
taking care of your body is the highest form of self-love to me, right?
Mm.
So, man, I wish we can have people fast, but I know that's kind of just hopping into things. But what I would say is take care of yourself. First of all, change your frame of mind,
Yes.
right? And decide that you want to do better with this temple that the Most High has blessed you with. And then go from there.
Okay.
Okay, Essential Herb Chicago.
Yes.
But what you said, y'all need to put that on a t-shirt. Taking care of your body is best form of self-love. However she said it, but go ahead, bro.
Yes. Well, look, hey, look, watch this.
Also, that
Another part of our logo is taking care of your body.
medicine cabinet.
Or no. Well, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Providing your body with nutrients is a choice.
yeah.
Okay.
Nourishing your body. is
Nourishing
your
your body is a choice. So that's my wife's quote for all of y'all to know. My shout out and respect due is first of all to you guys in the show. All right. Both of you guys being under the Crimson and Cream, I gotta give a big shout out to y'all because so many of my brothers are Crimson and Cream. Okay. Like I say, Carl Seaton, Kenny Young, guys, my Spin brothers, DJ brothers, Brent, Steve.
Those my sons.
Please.
Pledge the same semester.
Hey, look, I love all of you brothers because one thing is for sure.
Been on the show.
You
Keep
all
saying
have
Brent. I think I
embraced
know
and
Brent.
given me love
You know
throughout
Brent.
the years. And when I say years, I'm talking about since 1990. Tyrone Conaway and Carl Seaton and and Conaniah Jackson, okay, were three of the first brothers, and Darnell Wheeler, let me not throw in my other big brother, that beyond took
He
me
know
under
more
the
noops than me.
No, you know every single one of them.
I know. I'm just talking shit.
Okay.
Personally.
So I gotta give that respect. Okay. However, I want to add on this. Absolutely, as we spoke about intermittent fasting, you guys, the Sanctuary of Chicago is here to ensure that when you are in that crossroad of not knowing if a different way is possible, we also encourage you to accept it's okay to know that we have to break this program that has been subjected upon us. You must break the program. It's okay to accept that and to have fear of, well, what else am I going to do if in fact I take this in? Well, come and talk to us. Come and talk to your brother Tori. Come and talk to your brother Nine. Guaranteed, these brothers, my wife, myself, there are simple ways to guide you into your next vein and life of truth. It's not that deep, y'all, to think that breaking outside of this program and this system and that you're not going to have nothing else under you. Remember, the Creator brought you here. The Creator is going to either take you out, whether you meet death or ascend. Okay.
You sound like my father.
Right.
Brought you, I'll take you out of here.
I'm taking you right. Facts. So at the end of the day, in between this human experience from your start point to your end point, just know you have other outlets. Reach out to us. Reach out to these brothers, Nine and Torre. Okay? Please. We are here. Obviously, we doing the fathers, the mothers, Mother Nature, the work of the creators. We are just students and advocates of it. You are too, whomever you are out there in cyber world / real world, whatever you want to do. Do not be afraid no more. Okay? It's all right. You have a support base in all of us, and especially in the Creator. Yes. You don't have to be fearful no more. Yeah. Okay? Sanctuary of Chicago.
Tell you what, the only thing harder than asking for help is not asking for help when you need it.
Period. I agree 100%, my brother.
And you mentioned Crossroads, right?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so you could be at these crossroads, or you could be at, these crossroads.
Right. Hey, either one.
They underrated.
Yeah.
So we don't
Guess who else is underrated? Y'all show. But
hey,
make sure it's overrated by the time that we done. Okay.
From your mouth to the Creator's ears. But we listen, welcome to the Give Back Gang family. This platform's your platform. This platform's my platform.
Hey.
From Inglewood, California.
Yes,
to South Shore.
To South Shore.
This platform was made
for you and me. So definitely.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you more. And we don't kick nobody out, but y'all are motivating the people, and you'll definitely get an order from me. I don't want nothing special.
I got you.
Okay.
Well, it's what we do, but go ahead.
All right. We thank you once again. You guys were amazing.
Hey, peace, my brothers. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thanks for doing this, y'all.
Man.
Right?
Magnanimous, huh?
Oh boy.
Magnanimous.
Exceptional.
All right. So you guys, Man, a lot to unpack there. But from what I got, naturopathy is holistic. It's a holistic approach to health and wellness. It emphasizes the use of things that come from the earth. They've been about, embodying things coming straight from the creator, straight from the ancestors, straight from the culture, and, to heal your body. Medicine, as many have said, it's, it's like a Band-Aid, as opposed to getting to the root of the issue. So this practice, it does have roots in various cultures, mainly indigenous Asia and Africa. So this therapy is often misunderstood. It's more often marginalized in the mainstream medical system, especially for our people who've always faced systematic racism and medical apartheid. Medical apartheid is something we didn't have time to discuss, but that should be a factor as you're choosing your therapies for yourself and your family. Me, myself, I'm a combinationist. We have to get to the self-love, to the question we did on the channel, but I'm a combinationist by nature, meaning, and I think everyone agreed, using some mainstream meds, along with natural remedies. If you're doing right up front, then you shouldn't have a need for those mainstream meds. But I think what they were saying is you're already at a point where you need the meds, get that under control, and then treat your body, love yourself. But I must admit, today's show, does have me leaning more towards the naturopath. So big ups to both our guests. 2 silverbacks. We got a silverback and a silverbackette. And they're the latest to join the Self Love Give Back game. If you have any feedback, questions, or suggestions for future episodes, feel free to contact us either in the comments, or you could drop a text to 424-900-6945. We'd love to hear more from you all and learn more about your thoughts and opinions on anything. Remember, ask not what culture can do for you, but what you can do for culture. And as always, question everything. The Self Love Show ain't Kansas, Dorothy. Peer down the rabbit hole and do your own research out there. Use caution, because often when you stare into the abyss, it's going to stare right back at your black ass. Peace, self-love, honor, and respect. Make sure you support www.essentialherbschicago.com out there.
Time. Man, beautiful conversation. Just amazing.
Yeah, you always say you learn so much. I definitely learned so much. And one thing, they're both extremely passionate and born to do it. I mean, they're both passionate about this. I don't think it's some sort of quackery.
No way, shape, or form. It's a great situation of family. Yeah, man, woman, and offspring. It's a trinity, in fact.
Yeah, I get that it's coming from a point of love. It's a lot of factors into healing. That's why I'd love to bring them back somewhere down the road, where you could get into, the sugar pills, you know what I'm talking. What do you call that stuff?
Placebo.
Yeah, placebo and nocebo. Nocebo is what kills us.
Well, what kills us is listening to medicine, and I guess this is nocebo, so I'm going to break it down, that they give us pharmaceuticals that they don't know anything about. And they are trained to not use natural products and say natural is wrong because of the Rockefellers when he decided to take over the medical thing. So we could get rid of chlorine and fluoride.
Man, then we got fluorine. Yeah, well, that's what they make fluoride from. Yeah. So the question, Self, the poll, TATN poll. It was simple. Naturopathy is ... Okay. Here are your options. Here are your options. I was surprised at the results. Heaven sent is option number 1.
Yeah.
You like that? Like from the creator. He talked a lot about the creator.
Mm-hmm.
Quackery. You know what I mean? Quack.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, Dr. Quack.
Yeah.
Who doesn't talk to you about anything. Just pushing the pills and the drugs. They ain't said nothing to you about how you're living or nothing about diet or anything. They all mention it, but it's
if
only
you
2
take
seconds.
this, you could keep living how you're living, and just take this right here, and then
It's
you'll be
experimental,
cool.
but we can, you know,
Yeah.
And
They
your
won't
insurance
even
code.
say that part. They just be like, "Yeah, your insurance will take it, and if you take this, you'll be cool. It'll treat every symptom that you take." Yep.
Yeah. No side effects. All right. The next option was good only in concert with conventional medicine. And the final option was unsure out there. Now, what surprised me is that no one said quackery.
Well, they can't.
Why not?
Because it would be idiocy to state that. Because all of us, especially our demographic that pays attention to what we're doing, knows that it is some facts in the natural medicine that's been passed down from our families, and that's the way it is.
Even as a kid, I would ask, well, what did the first people do? There were no hospitals and doctors. Where'd they go? What'd they do? I'll tell you what they did. They healed themselves.
They had the medicine men that knew way more than these doctors do, because these doctors only treat symptoms. They don't do anything to prevent everything.
Yeah. Like, what did they do? I mean, so, you know, and so, you know, obviously they healed themselves, you know,
And they
like
were
you said, went to the,
more advanced than these healers.
and they probably weren't getting sick because they didn't have all the poisons in their food. I'm just saying the original man. Like, you know, these are the questions I was asking.
None
because
of that.
They weren't eating sugar snacks and, you know, and camel jerky, you know.
No.
You know what I mean?
Cancer free, and it was not of that madness or BS.
So what came first, the madness or the BS or the medicine?
The medicine.
Well, why would you make medicine if there's no madness or BS?
Well, there's a guy that changed the whole education system and the medical field at the same time to bring it to this. And
Yeah, I'm
it was
talking
the
before them.
Rockefellers.
Yeah, I'm talking before.
No,
like what I'm saying
it was none of that before.
Here's what I'm asking.
It was none of that before.
Why would there be a need for a medicine man if there's no poisonous food, if there's no, if people were already doing everything natural, the indigenous original people? That's what I'm asking. Like,
they followed the medicine man. He dictated the diet, and maybe it was written. I know way before it was
Shouldn't have been any
in the Bible.
That's what I'm saying.
There still was mental and other things going on.
Maybe you got a cut and some bacteria got in there or something.
Yeah, and it was all about the diet, and there were still people that
out there experimenting.
No, I think they probably was the spiritual part of the group. Everybody played a role, and everybody has a role, and everybody's not always understood or what have you, but you know, the medicine man was a reason for something. He was a dictator, maybe, of what they could eat or not eat. I don't know.
He would have been a nutritionist.
It could be very well. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Because
but
it seems like everybody got a role to play, and it's always been a spiritual monitor.
But that I mean, I'm just saying that's a simple. That's like a what came first, chicken or the egg. You know what I mean? It's one of those philosophical concepts. What came first, the sickness or the doctor? And I would have to say the sickness,
all
because
the
there'd
way.
be no need for a doctor if there was never any sickness.
See, but we got these words, and they've been interpreted for a long time and misinterpreted for the wrong rhyme. Like, we call them doctors. They might not have been doctors. They might have been the so-called priests, but not the ones that needed a book to priest off of. You know what I mean? It's like, this, I don't know,
It's just-
man.
I guess
This
it's
seems
just
more
weird.
and more like assimilation.
Yeah, it's just, that's what I'm saying. It's just weird that at some point somebody, oh, my child is sick, and then somebody says, oh, take him to the medicine, whatever you're calling them, man, whatever words you're using for this person, take them in that hut, and they're gonna, give them some herbs or fix them. Why would that person even exist if there was never any medicine? So I think I'm answering every illness. I think I'm answering my own question.
It's assimilation, man, because those things are presented for there to be issues
I see what you're saying.
And
The what came first, the chicken or the egg question might be proof that this is a simulation, right? So
Yes.
that's what you're saying.
Yes.
Because they existed at the same time. They came to be.
I don't know if they came to be at the same time, but they still came to be. And it's like
a predictability into the simulation.
The only reason that there is a simulation is to have experiences and increase and grow. And it, to me, problems have to be written in or coded as such for that to be.
I got you. I got exactly what you're saying. It would have to be someone have to program that in there for that to kick off at some point, All right. But now, so 0% said quackery. All right. 18% was unsure out there.
Yeah. Man, I'm glad it's only 18%.
I mean, they're unsure. I mean, that's fair. I mean, I'm not going to make fun
It
of
is. I'm not making fun of them. I'm glad it's only that.
Yeah. All right. 27% said that it's effective only in concert with conventional medicine. And I don't know if I necessarily agree with it because it's got that word only in there. But they say it's effective only in concert with conventional medicine. 27% said that.
Okay. They're, in my personal opinion, they're headed in the right direction.
I can say that. I can see that. All right. I got what you're saying. They're not completely. And then we got heaven sent. 55% said heaven sent. And I must admit, I was, but I think I'm more on the heaven sent side.
Yeah, I was heaven sent all the way. I got personal vote in there, heaven sent.
Were you?
Yeah.
Right from the jump, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. So let me get this. Oh, you did solve the riddle. I was wondering why you had typed that in the chat. I'm like, what's this guy typing? What is he talking about? I thought you were rushing the show along when you typed the response. Yeah. We got guests. You probably need to text me the answer. You know what I mean?
No, it was only to you. I made sure of that part.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that works. And that works.
Yeah.
All right. But the dome teaser self, what was the dome teaser? I'll read it. Then I'll have you give the key because nobody matriculated. Until I am measured, I am not known. This is pretty deep. Yet, how you miss me when I have flown. What am I? Incredible you came up with that.
Time. Spirit speaks to me because I'd be like, because I didn't get it at all. You saw my face. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, you didn't have an immediate thumbs up.
No, I
Like
never
normal.
showed you a thumbs up either.
No.
I figured it out in the space and time where you was talking with them, and it was like, oh,
That is amazing, bro. Because I wouldn't have saw until I am measured, I am not on. See, that's philosophical right there.
It is.
Because it is. It's a
Well,
ghost.
yeah, because it's a man-made thing. So
Correct.
That's the whole philosophical part.
What came first, time or a clock? You know what I'm saying? So
time came for a clock.
I'm gonna say clock. Let me explain why. You're just sitting around minding your business. I'm not saying, you know, even if you're using a sundial, you're sitting around minding your business. Days are going by, time is going by, whatever you want to call it. And then some jackass comes up to you and say, here, look at this. This is a sundial. You can, what is that for? So you can know what time it is. What the hell are you talking about? That's all I'm saying. So I think the clock may have come first.
I don't know. I think they, started capitalism. And shit, they wanted to measure.
Yes. They said that was what it was about.
So
people working in the fields and farming.
So time came because they was like, shit, how can we measure this shit to get paid? And yeah.
Oh man, boy. If we had a time machine, so we could be like the Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure going back.
Man, we would have such a great time, bro. It'll be ridiculous, bro.
He's
just go back to U of I and go back in time, boy. We'd be all over the world.
60 Minutes had that guy on there that created AI, and he was like, man, he was talking about himself back in the day, and it was his PhD product, all stuff we covered, project, and they tried to tell him to do something different, all questions we've asked.
Yeah.
And he himself, he said that he doesn't know how it works.
He can't because it's older than the bullshit that they created. It's already sentient. It's been
the whole thing's a simulation. We're artificial intelligence, according to you.
Well, I mean, not exactly.
How would
not
we know?
Exactly.
Would we know?
Yes, we would know. Now there are some other figures that encounter us on a daily basis that probably wouldn't know.
Well, he said how he embarked upon it was he was trying to figure out how the human mind works, which he never figured out. And he admitted 60 Minutes that he never figured out how AI started teaching. So they just really don't know how it works. And then we had Brother Norman. I was talking to him about it, and he was, oh no, it's just pulling off of Google.
No.
Like the machines that played soccer, like we showed, they taught themselves.
It's very old. It's not what they're talking about. It is very old. It's been in the background of this existence or whatever.
So what I'm saying is, if they had the hands right, they could without programming it, they can take a machine hands and say roll a blunt, and that's it. Roll this up, but they don't give it no information on how to get it done, and that thing just starts, and they said it'll process what's working and what's not working on all these different layers of computing, and it's always telling those layers of computing what worked and what's not working, and this is mind-blowing, scary stuff.
Even before that, it's part of the programming of this plane. So, this is just part of us realizing, but it's the foundation of this simulation. And all our experiences collectively, everybody everywhere is feeding it.
like a big mainframe.
Yes. The
You know,
whole thing.
I said that years ago.
Yeah,
The whole internet
everything.
based off out of the human mind. I said that before knowing any of this back in college. I said it. All they're doing. Remember, we was playing video games. We're like, man, one day we'll be able to be at home playing against each
No,
other.
you was the first person that
Yeah.
said that we
I
play
said,
offline.
yes.
You, to me, that I saw or heard, you was the first person that said that we'd be playing these games online.
Yeah.
And not saying online because that wasn't a thing yet, but you said
You'll
what
be in
it
your
actually
house.
was. Yeah,
I'll
we
be
can
in
play
my
everybody. Yeah, we can play. Yeah,
I won't have to
period.
have this. I won't have to have Dick Reeb over here sucking up all my beer.
Period.
You know, smoking up all my unmentionables. You know,
Period.
you sit at home and smoke your own foot.
Period.
Unmentioned. Yeah, drink your own foot. That's right. That's right. All right, but anyway.
You're the first person to ever heard say that.
Yeah, I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Knew it was coming.
And we didn't even know that it was happening where we was at.
Right there on the yard where we was at.
Foreign
All
language.
right, but yeah, FLB. All right, here we go. So you guys, you can check out Mouthpiece Included. Pressure on Pookie QB. So Sunday. Pressure on Pookie. You know.
Oh man, come on, man.
It's every year. They highlight the Pookies whenever they're playing bad, and then only highlight the non-Pookies.
Jordan Love will be. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they already dragging Ray Love through the mud. The only reason I'm happy about it is because
he's a Packer.
Yeah, those Packer. That's the only reason. And I hate that as a melanated man. You know, I got to do some prayer tonight on that. But next week on the Self Luv Show. You know, condolences and rest in peace to all the victims. What they're calling the Israeli version of 9/11. Okay. Wish they would have just used their own date, would have made more sense. But a lot of wars going on, Ukraine, you know, Russia, it's a lot of stuff going on. So we're simply asking the question next week, are we in World War III? So, I mean, that question can, you know, how do we know when it started? When was we can be in it and just not know it.
Well, I mean, we can also decide to make it not happen.
Through what? Education? Through your financial literacy?
Yeah.
How are you going to do that?
Education, your financial literacy, your spirituality. We're going to bring it all together and bring it as a whole and not participate.
Yeah, man, and it's money is going all over the place, though. You know, money is going on. Go ahead.
They changed what money is, so.
Yeah, I think the brother or the sister that was on today mentioned when they were talking reparations about, you know, how the money's always there, but it's not there.
Well,
For the ones
you know, it's well noted. I've stated plenty of times on the Self Luv Show that they can't tell me they don't have money after COVID. Or, I mean, can I say COVID? Maybe I shouldn't say COVID.
Well, you said it 3 times now. But yeah, after that and after Ukraine, they definitely can't.
Yes. Matter of fact, let's go to our sponsor.
WQHG 97.1. 97.1. 97.1. In the morning, cool weekends. FM. Weenie. And the Magnetic Monkey 97.1.
Cool weekends in the morning. All weekend long.
Weenie and the Butt.
In the morning. On the radio.
FM. Dickie the Punchline Donkey on Cool 97.1.
Cool weekend.
On the radio.
In the morning. FM.
Cool.
WQHG.
Cool weekends.
In the morning. On 97.1.
97.1.
Boiny in the butt.
97.1.
In the afternoon.
In the afternoon. Oh my God.
WQHD. Turn it on and rip the knob off.
You're listening to the radio.
All right, big ups to the sponsors. I appreciate you guys. It's a necessary evil. We have to do that. Sponsorship makes the world go around, huh, Self?
Let's get it.
Weenie
in the butt. Y'all better go ahead and support. Period.
The big corporate sponsors. All right, but that brings me to my favorite part of the show. And that's Wordsmith's final words out there. Y'all done made me hungry with all this talk about food and whatnot. Hold on, give me a second here, fellas. It's going to take place. It's more like what is going on? All right, you guys.
Box sounds like they all up in your twat. Are you a man or a woman? I don't know.
You can
It's
call
a
me
shame.
misgender.
Yeah, it's a shame that they don't know what it is now. And we need to do what we need to portray. We don't need the acidic. We need to make sure that the pathetic is not part of our day, life or time, that we need to get with the grit and the grime. It's the alkaline way, and that's what we need each and every day. That's how we do.
Words?
Words, absolutely.
All right there, fella. Good job. I was waiting on my cue.
My bad.
All right,
Shit, the music went off. I was like, up on perfect time.
Do you think you
My bad.
Yeah, no, the song ended. Normally you
honestly, I don't
say words.
Yeah. Here we go. Hey, y'all support Kai Zodiac, K-A, Zodiac spelled with a K. This one's called Man Know Thyself. Man.
No work.
Bullets are boomerangs.
Stand your ground.
Murder, that's suicide.
Yeah. An eye for an eye.
Silence is violence.
You see something, say something.
Twill. Slave theory. Greed plus ego over fear. That's the formula for slavery.
Yeah. Because freedom, love and charity times freedom is, I ain't mess it all up.
Charity and humility times love is freedom.
Yeah, my phone is tripping. I gotta get a new phone.
Do not answer questions.
Question everything.
Fear is an illusionary cap.
Yeah, man, it's only love.
Vibrated. And forgiveness is the highest love vibration.
So do something so-called charitable for your enemy and end the beef.
Healthy people. Heal thy people.
We know for sure hurt people gonna try to hurt people.
Free the old man. Free Larry Who.
Free Jeff Ford.
Free all the guys, man.
Prison of slavery.
Check the 13th Amendment. It's right there.
Yep.
Be Yahushua. Walk on water.
Man, move mountains.
Mountain? That's impossible, bro.
What?
Mountain?
Man. Yeah, man. All we need is the faith of a mustard seed. And together, motherfucker get right out the way.
Mustard seed. That's not very big, bro.
That's how you know we got way more than that.
I think you can eat mustard seeds too. According to Genesis.
Raise your frequency. Let's go.
One is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love. You just know it. Through and through.
Love yourself.
Balls to bones.
Love, honor, and respect.
Word. Like, share, subscribe, support.